Yo, what is up? What's good? What is good, my beautiful people? What is up? You know who it is, man. It's the homie Bluminati. Welcome to Blues House, and this is Blues News, your one-stop destination for entertainment news, film, and TV reviews, and all things covering the pop culture, zeitgeist, globe, whatever you want to call it, man. Gonna talk about Jonathan Majors having his first sit down, his first interview since that jury decision, that critical decision that happened, uh him being convicted and found guilty on two lesser charges, one misdemeanor charge, and the other one being a basically a traffic violation, right? But so he's supposed to be having this sit down, this interview with an ABC affiliate, well, with a Disney affiliate, with ABC Good Morning America. This is I don't know what, what I'm saying. I don't know how to make heads or tails of this. This is kind of weird. I'm also going to get into the homegirl, She Dreads Me, Tina. Shout out to Tina. She did her video uh discussing whether it's a good or bad thing, and it's some things in her video I want to address in her video as well. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you're new here, welcome to the family. Let's get into it.
How much time till we're on?
We're on, Ron.
What?
We're on the air right now.
I'm ready.
So yeah, man. Welcome to Blues News. Once again, let's jump into it. Jonathan Majors having his first sit down this coming Monday with since the guilty verdict and being quote unquote ousted from Marvel. He's having to sit down with Disney's ABC News. You know what I'm saying? Lindsey Davis will be doing the interview. And it's set to run on Good Morning America with an extended version on Hulu and ABC News Live later on that night. So I'm gonna read this article from Hollywood Reporter. It says Jonathan Majors will give Disney-owned ABC News his first interview since being found guilty of reckless assault and harassment last month. Now, I like that they're actually now telling you that it is reckless assault. Like, it's reckless assault, not with intention. He didn't go out and then assault her or beat her up. This isn't a DV case like they're trying to make it, or whatever like that. And harassment. You know what I'm saying? Majors was found guilty by Manhattan jury December 18th, was swiftly dropped by Marvel Entertainment. I don't know if he's dropped or not. This interview kind of looks fishy. I don't know. Like I said, I can't necessarily make heads or tails until we see the interview Monday, but it's kind of weird that Marv or that the first interview he's given is to Disney. It's to ABC or a Marvel affiliate, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of weird. Says ABC News anchor Lindsey Davis has the interview with Majors, which will debut on Good Morning America on Monday, January 8th. Additional segments will run on Good Morning America 3 with an extended version set to stream on Davis's ABC News Live program Prime later that day. Impact and Nightline will also have a half-hour special feature more unaired segments on January. So this, what's crazy is me reading that they're about to capitalize and content. You know how we take long form content, chop it up. That's exactly what they're doing with this interview. Me reading that. So not only is it going to play that morning, which won't even be the full interview, and all of these is Disney affiliates. Remember that. Everything that I'm about to name is Disney affiliates. Good Morning America, January 8th. Additional segments will run on GMA 3, which I think is the website or the internet version, the YouTube type situation, with an extended version set to stream on Davis's ABC News program, ABC Live Prime later that day. Then Impact and Nightline will also have a half-hour special feature more unaired segments January 11th with an exclusive to Hulu. They about to capitalize off of this interview and eat. They about to eat off this interview. That's why I don't know if this is good or bad. Now, initially, I want to say that this is a good thing. This gives him the opportunity to speak, to bring his truth. Sometimes being silent isn't necessarily the best thing when it comes, especially living in 2023, 2024, the age that we're living in now. Sometimes you got to get out ahead of it. You know what I'm saying? Just think of how, whether you like Trump or dislike Trump, he stays ahead of the news cycle. He stays ahead of it. He gonna make you, whether you like him or not, he gonna make sure that you know what his side is. No matter what the news people say or whatever these people over here say, whoever says whatever, he gonna make sure you know his side of it. And I think with them going into that trial, they had all the evidence on their side. Some people say that his lawyer didn't do necessarily didn't play it right or whatever. I'm not a lawyer. I can't tell you whether they did good or what was in the purview of legal whatever. I can't tell you. I know from the outside looking in, sometimes it seems like she was on point, and then sometimes, you know what I'm saying, they let those texts in, you know what I'm saying? But that's all gone now. He needs to, in my opinion, he needs to get out and talk. We are in the era of information. We're in the information age. And right now, all of these other, whether it's Rolling Stone, whether it's Hollywood Reporter, whether it's ET, TMZ, all of these publications and websites and stuff, they're writing the narrative on Jonathan Majors. And he ain't said nothing. So I think that this is the time for him to speak. And yes, Senator, that it was a gag order, which to me is trash. Or, no, I'm going to say it. I think it's trash because that gag order allowed them not to have cameras in the courtroom so the public can actually see what's going on, right? Because remember, this guy's that's another thing too. I don't want to seem biased for a public figure, but if you got a public figure like this, let the cameras in there. Let the cameras, because you're about to assassinate this man's character, his public perception, what the public view him as could be destroyed if you don't allow cameras in there. So allow the cameras in there so we can make our own minds up, our own judgment up on whether we want this person, whether it's Jonathan Majors or whoever, to continue in society doing what we want. If we like them, you know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, if that person is liked enough and people are willing to forgive, they can go on and do things. Mel Gibson comes to mind, right? They let him rock. You know what I mean? Dana White, after the altercation he had with his wife, they still letting him rock. It's a lot of people who, if they like you enough, if the public perceives you as being more of a, you know what I'm saying, good to the public, then they'll let you rock. This whole thing is not egregious. You know what I'm saying? If you go back and you look at the case, it doesn't paint him as an abuser like what they're trying to write him as. But if you follow the case and you look at the case, he's not painted as an abuser. You can say he's silly, stupid. The relationship didn't work. It was a toxic. You could say all of those things. Abuser, no. It was two people who didn't work. In my opinion, he was trying to get out of the relationship. She kept reeling him back in. And shout out to Kat. She's been going over the transcripts. When you read it and the way that she was answering, she was not there. Like, I don't even know if she was even in the relationship or how she viewed the relationship and how he viewed the relationship. Two totally different things. I think she was so starstruck that she got a Hollywood man. I got a superstar actor that I'm dating. That's all she saw. Going back reading the transcript, seemed like all she saw was, I'm dating Kane. I'm dating Jonathan Majors. I got to keep this going. And he found out, damn, I got with the wrong person. How can I get out of this? You know what I mean? That's how it reads to me. But back to this article. It says Majors is unlikely to receive jail time and may appeal over the use of text messages in the case. Lawyers previously told THR. That being said, his banishment from Marvel likely means that his acting career is in some jeopardy with such high-profile gigs off the table. This whole, I'm telling you, I don't know if this is fishy in a good way or if this is fishy in a bad way, because doing this interview with ABC News after you were supposedly fired by Disney, who owns ABC and things of that nature, that's weird. That's a weird flex on either Jonathan Major's side, or it's a weird flex on Disney's side to let that happen. You know what I mean? It's weird to come back to that. It's crazy they use the word banishment from Marvel, because I'm gonna get into She Dreads Me. Shout out to Tina. She did a video on this. But I'm still under the perception that Disney and Marvel, they haven't came out and said shit. They haven't came out and made an official statement on nothing. And I know a lot of people saying, well, you know, a source close to them, they leaked it. Like Tina said, She Dreads Me. She said, well, Marvel leaked it. Until I see paperwork, until it's an official statement, I can't say Marvel did anything. Until we see Kang being recasted, I can't see nothing. Even with the recent Coleman Domingo, you know, chatter and salute to him or whatever. If he gets to that, I'm not saying that wouldn't be dope, but Marvel ain't. It would be easy right now for them to say, all right, we already got Kang and we're going forward. This would be an easy layup. This shouldn't hold nothing back. Coleman Domingo saying he wants to do it. Why not let him do it? If it's in the plans to have Kang, why not let him do it? But why we haven't heard anything? Is it going to be special? Like, shouldn't nothing be special if the public already know that Jonathan Majors has been fired? We're trying to keep Kang going. We want to see the end of this storyline, which I think they already wrapped it. See, in my opinion, Kang was already wrapped up. They wrapped it up in Loki season 2, wrapped up. They don't even have to do anything going forward with Kang. And that's why I don't think that they would need to make a statement on whether they fired Jonathan Majors or not. They could just say that storyline is wrapped up. We didn't fire him. The storyline's done. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, they have plausible deniability. And they smart with that. The smartest thing they can do is not say nothing and just have us speculate. That's the smartest thing Disney can do in that when it comes to whether they firing Jonathan Majors or not. Because then with them saying that, or with them not saying anything, let's say Jonathan Majors, let's say this is a rehabilitation move by Disney, right? To get him back in looking good for the public. And maybe they're not going to do anything with them right away. But they're sitting on Magazine Dreams. And before this interview came out, I was like, I don't think they're going to do anything with Magazine Dreams. But if I could rehabilitate him enough to where I can release Magazine Dreams on Hulu, let people know that, hey, this dude, he the real deal. This movie is great. Rehabilitation move. Is this a rehabilitation move? I don't know. Some people said a lot of people trying to blame his PR. Remember, he was dropped. He don't have PR. Let them tell it. He doesn't have a PR. He was dropped. He was dropped. Remember that. Back to the article. Says, given his first interview since the verdict and since Marvel moved to another Disney-owned outlet is also interesting PR strategy, one that could see him taking aim at his former employee over the decision to cut him loose. I don't think he takes aim at Disney. I don't even know if he feels any ire at Disney. I don't think he's looking at Disney like, you know what I'm saying, they threw him under the bus or they left him stranded on the island or anything like that. I think he understands business is business at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Whether Disney keeps him or whether Disney lets him go, I think Jonathan Majors is a smart guy. I think he understands business is business. Now, if there's malice or hateful intent with that, then that's different. But if this is business and business, nothing personal, I think Jonathan Majors understands that. So before I get into She Dreads Me's video, I'm gonna go to these comments real quick. See what's good, what's good. Center Deck, what it do, what's up? Says I might not watch and rely on you guys because the 15-second clip is good. You know they got to chop it up to make it, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, that 15-second clip, that's probably not how it plays out. Andre Ware, what's up? What's good? What's good? So his first interview is corporate because business first. It's corporate because business first. I think I agree with that. This is his first interview. This might be his first and only interview. He might only do interviews with Disney affiliates. Who knows? He could have easily went over there to what is Robin Roberts? Who is that? CBS or Gayle King? He could have went over there easily. I think Lindsey, she is a little bit younger. I think she understands more of what's going on when it comes to. I think Lindsey Davis is the right person to sit down with. She's a little bit more hip. If you know what I'm saying. If you get it, she's not too old. She's not outside of his generation necessarily. That's what I don't want to, or too far removed from it, like a Robin Roberts or Gayle King. You know what I'm saying? I think she might just be late 40s, something like that, mid to late 40s or something. You know what I'm saying? So she might be a little bit more understandable and might not be trying to set him up for the okie doke. You know what I'm saying? So Jonathan has to get his voice out there to change the narrative. Exactly. You got to get your voice out there because right now the narrative is bad or it's split. It's split. You know what I'm saying? And you want more on your side than having it be split. You don't want it to be split. So does it seem like this is planned? I don't know if this is. I mean, we know that it's been recorded already. That we do know. When he recorded it, when did this happen? I don't know. Did he walk straight out the courtroom into the? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. Senator Deck says, remember there is or was a gag order on the case. Right. That gag order was bad. In my opinion, was bad. You know, let us see. Let us see. Perp, what it do? Perp 24, Perp minded in the building. What it is. D Stizzle in the building. Salute. Says, I wonder if Disney requested the gag order for business. You know, I guess if you don't trust your employee, then yeah, you do a gag order so you can. The thing about Disney is they're, if not the big one, you know what I'm saying, they're one of the biggest media corporations. Media can rewrite history. You know what I mean? Disney can go out and rewrite history. They got the money, they got the stretch, they got the fingers in every network. They can rewrite history if they want. They can, just like they made Jonathan Majors, or so to, you know what I'm saying, so to speak, put him on that pedestal. As you see, they can take it away. They can also put him right back on that pedestal and make him look like the best thing since sliced bread. So business, if they want to keep doing, if they think Jonathan Majors is worth it, yes. It's business purposes. Maybe that gag order was so we can protect our asset if they deem him as an asset. Now, if he's a liability, this interview could be the wolves coming to feast. If they look at him as a liability, they could have told Lindsey, go get him. You know what I'm saying? He's a wounded animal swimming in the water, turn into a shark, eat his ass up. Who knows? Maybe that's why they didn't allow the camera so we wouldn't be able to see it. Could be. Maybe they didn't allow the cameras so we couldn't see it, or was this strictly on New York City, Manhattan District, District Attorney Alvin Bragg's office doing the gag order, making sure that the judge did a gag order on that? Because they're notorious for having that too, not allowing cameras into the courtroom. They're notorious for that. A lot of people was happy that during that Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial, you got to sit there and actually see what's going on. Hey, that's wrong, or wow, this is how, you know what I'm saying, the judicial branch, you know what I'm saying, it's working. Is it working? I disagree with that. You know, you get to make your own inferences, so to speak. And then think of what's going on with the Young Thug trial. You know what I'm saying? When you can do that, you don't have to rely on Hollywood Reporter, Rolling Stones to hit you with some fake news, or let them spin it the way they want to spin it. Because I watched, you know what I'm saying? You can be like, nah, I watched it. Y'all, you can't lie to the public. You see what I'm saying? And I think DA Braggs did that because now they get to determine what's getting out of the courtroom. Salute to Danny for being in there, right? Salute to everybody whoever was in there trying to feed the public with what was really going on. Because that district attorney's office was in cahoots to me with the media. I'm pretty sure all them outlets got a base in New York City. Pretty sure. Media capital of the world, where is it at? New York, right? I'm pretty sure they got a base up there in New York City somewhere. She can remember a whole lot about how they met, but cannot remember the incident in question. Look, all her testimony was bogus and fugazi. All of her testimony was bogus and fugazi. And that's the thing. People who taking her side or think that he was this monster or out here being abusive to her, if they would have heard her testimony, I don't think that they would have that same thought process. They would see her as a troubled woman. I think that that's what they would see her as. Not understanding what's going on in her world. Mika G, what up? Mika G, what up? I can't do it. I'm hold on. Wonder Woman. What's up, Wonder Woman? What it do? What it do? Thug trial. I mean, but that's what it was. It was a thug trial. It was most definitely a thug trial. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely. All right, let's get into She Dreads Me's video real quick. See how I want to do this. Let's do it like this.
Treated me. And here we are now. He's doing an interview a month before sentencing.
So this part of her video saying whether she thinks the interview is needed or not. I'm gonna just play this segment.
Absolutely nothing good that can come out of this interview. Nothing. There's nothing that he can say that will be beneficial to him at this point in time. You should be doing an interview after you've been sentenced, and if you decide to appeal it, after you put your appeal paperwork in, then you come out and speak publicly and say, hey, we're going to appeal this. None of this is true. I would like to sit down and talk to someone and explain what happened and what's going on.
Now, I agree somewhat with what she's saying. As long as he doesn't get up in that interview and disrespect the court. If he gets up in that interview and be like, man, fuck the judge, fuck yada, 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 this was, you know what I'm saying, it was a sham, it was this, it was that, then yeah, you're right. He doesn't have anything that he can say anything that helps. But I think this is all about his public perception, him speaking his truth, right? Because if you really think about it, that's really, as a man, that's all you can do. I guess she's saying you're doing it too early, or you should wait till after the sentencing. But do y'all think he gonna get a year in jail? Do y'all really think he gonna get a year in jail? I want to know how many people go to jail for reckless assault. Literally, I want to know how many people go to jail, or how would that be looked at that this judge sent Jonathan Majors to jail for reckless assault? Because then you're gonna have to go back and say, well, you didn't send him to jail for reckless assault. You didn't send him to jail for reckless assault. You didn't send this person to jail for reckless assault. Why is my client going to jail for reckless assault? That's the whole thing. Now, do I think the district attorney's office could push for the whole hey, he deserves a year? Maybe. But I think they did their job already. I really do. I think that they already did their job. They wanted to make this man look as bad as possible. And I don't think I think that they knew that they was going to walk out of this without a win, because they didn't get the win that they wanted. That's why all those charges, remember the strangulation charge and this charge, that charge, it was all of these charges. And then when we get to trial, it's 4 minuscule ass charges. 4 minuscule ass charges. And then basically they failed and just got hit with the catch-all of reckless endangerment or reckless assault and the harassment charge, which easily that you can put that on anybody. You know what I mean? So, but I understand where she's coming from, but I think I'm speaking as a black man. As a black man, sometimes you have to go out there and tell your story. Throughout history, black men, we're the ones who are demonized. We're the ones, as a black man, the reason why look at, like, I hate to invoke Emmett Till in this situation, but him being a black male, you think if it was not to do like a gender situation or whatever, or you know what I'm saying, but a black girl talking to a white man or whistling at a white man, I doubt that they would have came and got that black woman or that black girl and drug him down the road, or you know what I'm saying, and did what they did to Emmett Till. I doubt if it was a black woman who did something that they would have came and burnt down Black Wall Street the way they did. Philly, over the bombing Philly. I'm from a place in Georgia called Albany, Georgia. The next city over is called they did a shit, I can't even think what they did over, but they burnt that whole area down. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's always black men. Look at how they portrayed black men back, gorillas and all these. What the Birth of a Nation. When they showed Birth of a Nation, they showed black men being the ones, the perpetrators. This is the evil. Black men, right? Black man is the evil. So him as a black man, he has to speak. He has to come out and try to get ahead of this. He has to. And I know a lot of us, black publications and black YouTubers and stuff like that, they already threw Jonathan Majors away because he was dealing with a white girl. They calling him stupid. Well, if you would have been with a black woman, this would have never happened. Hate to tell you, you might want to go look. That ain't the case. Hate that, and I'm not trying to go there. I'm just saying, we should not be discarding our own. We should be trying to figure out a way to make this situation so it doesn't happen again. Love who you love, be with who you want to be with. You know what I'm saying? He's not stupid for going and kicking it with a white woman or having a white girlfriend. I don't deem him stupid for that. The relationship was just bad. He could have got out of it earlier, but he didn't. You know what I mean? get back to She Dreads Me's video.
That's when you sit down and do your sit down interview. You don't do an interview 1 month before sentencing, okay? No, because what can he really say in this interview? You can't get up there and say, as a black man, I felt like I was railroaded. All of this is not true. These are false accusations. The justice system is rigged. You can't get up there and say that because the judge.
He can get up there and say things weren't true because the jury believed that the things wasn't true. And I think Tina is forgetting that. Remember, he was acquitted on the charges that really mattered. He was acquitted on being labeled an abuser. He was acquitted on that. Him putting her back into the car, he doesn't even have to address that. If they're saying that that's how she got hurt, he don't have to address that. But he can get up there and talk about, hey, I'm not an abuser. All y'all who's trying to label me as an abuser, the jury acquitted me on those counts. So he can damn sure get up there and speak his truth. Hey, I didn't do nothing to this woman. Y'all saw me run away from her. He can damn sure get up there and say that. So I disagree with you, Tina, on that one. He has every right and every reason to get up there and say, aha, I told you I didn't do nothing to her. My intent, he can get up there and say, my intent was not to hurt her. And that would be true. My intent in me trying to get away from her after she beat up on me, I was putting her back in the vehicle. He can explain all of that. And then he can say, the jury thought otherwise. I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to be disrespectful in that. So I do think he has a lot to say. He got a lot to say.
I'm just going to hear it. You're a month out for sentencing, so you can't even hit him with that route. Then on the flip side, you can get up there and say, look, y'all, I never put my hands on her. I never abused her, because then people are going to say you're following into the Darvo framework. So you can't go that route.
It's not the Darvo tactic. If the jury of my peers don't see me as an abuser, nor do they see her as a victim. So there is no Darvo tactic. There is no, because he's not denying the attack. The attack never happened. Deny attack, reverse victim offender, none of those are there. There's no denial because it didn't happen. So I don't have to deny nothing. There's no attack, which means therefore there's no denial to the attack. There's no victim, so you can't reverse the victim. And there's no offender, so you can't reverse the offense. You see what I'm saying? Like, this isn't a Darvo situation. And even with saying, even if he waits to after the sentencing, if we're going to put Darvo into the equation, that's going to come anyway. It's always going to be those naysayers who going to just strictly think that he's an abuser. It's always, but he's not trying to get those people. He's trying to get the people who don't even really know what's going on. Because some of those people don't know what's going on. They just heard abuse and, they just gung-ho for abuse, no matter what. Oh, victim, abuser, he did it. They don't care about the facts. They don't care about nothing. They just, it's like they get aroused from hearing abuse and they go straight at it. Oh, he did it. They don't care about the facts, trying to get down to what really happened. So he's not trying to get those people. He's trying to get those people who really want to know what's happening. He's trying to get those people who really like him as Kang, who really like him in all the movies that he did. The Harder They Fall, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Lovecraft Country. He's trying to get his fans, the people who, or the casual fan who liked him, who now might be on the fence. Oh, well, did he? I don't really know what's going on with that. That's who he's after. That's who he's after.
The only thing you really can get up there and say is, look, me and her, we had a tumultuous relationship. I'm seeking counseling. I have a new woman. I want to spend time with my mother and my daughter. And immediately after my sentencing, I want to start on rehabilitating my image because this is not who I am. That's really the only thing you can get up there to say that would even be somewhat acceptable to the mainstream. Not us. People who kind of support Jonathan Majors, you can get up there and say anything and we gonna have your back. But he's not trying to prove anything to us. He's trying to prove to the masses so he can keep his position in Hollywood.
And see, that's probably one things that I do agree with her. He's not trying to prove it to me. He's not trying to prove it to the people who actually follow, like Danny does Law and Kat and was watching all of our YouTube videos and getting the breakdown. He's not doing that for us. But like I said, he's doing it for the casual who wasn't on YouTube following the trial. All they read was what Rolling Stone put out. He can get up there and address the 40 quote unquote women that supposedly came out and said that he was an abuser. He can damn sure get up there and address that because they never showed up. He can address all them people who said he was mean in fucking drama school. He can get up there and address that. And this is about rehabilitating his image. If it wasn't, why get up there in the first place, right? But the thing is, if he stays quiet, they can continuously run. Because remember, once the sentencing comes, you think that that's going to be the end of Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Once he gets sentenced, you think Hollywood Reporter ain't going to... You want to get on? I'll send you the link. Hold on. If you want to get on, I will send you the link. Give me 1 second. She came in. I like that. Put her. She said, "Put her on." That's right. I'm gonna put her on. Right now. I just sent it to you. Whenever you get to your destination, if I'm still on, just hop in. Or if you want to hop in now, but I just sent it to you. Check your inbox on Twitter. I just sent it to you. Just sent it to you. But I'm gonna finish a video real quick, or finish this segment.
Let's keep it a buck. Because if he didn't care about any of that, he wouldn't be doing this interview, right? So at this juncture, I don't know what this interview is for. I don't think it's needed. I think he should 1000% speak and get everything off his chest. He's been silent for a while, but you don't do that a month before sentencing. I don't think it's a good idea. That's just me, my personal opinion. And you're sitting down with a journalist. You're not sitting down with like a podcaster or a YouTuber. You're sitting down with someone who's going to challenge you. You're sitting down with someone who's going to pull up facts and try.
And I think this is the best thing possible, because what YouTuber or podcaster was he going to sit down with? To rehabilitate, for a black man to rehabilitate his image, you sit down with a woman. First and foremost, let me sit down with a woman. And you sit down with a woman who is credible, who is a journalist. I don't want to sit down with the fly-by-night podcaster. You know what I'm saying? I know we looking at Shannon and what he just did with Cat Williams, but that's not the place to go. Joe Budden ain't the place. We know Joe Budden ain't the place to go. $1 million worth of game. I mean, where is he gonna go? This is the best place to go. You know what I mean? This is the best place to go. A credible journalist, somebody respectable. And he should. The thing is, Tina, and I can't wait for you to get on. He said, or you said, that she's going to pull facts, but all the facts are on his side. All the facts are on his side, and we know that. Us who's followed the case know that the facts are on his side. So what is she gonna pull? Is she gonna pull the Rolling Stones article, which really had no bearing on anything? You see what I'm saying? Everything that is making that makes Jonathan Majors look bad is false. Was never proven. So what facts can she bring up that would make him look bad? You see what I'm saying? Like what for she gonna bring up the text message? The Coretta Scott King situation? Is that gonna make him look bad? Or worse than he already looks with that? Not really, especially if he explains it the way that we think that it is. Or bringing up did you hit on the head? Remember, she testified he was never physical with me. She testified to that. Remember that. She testified he had never been physical with me up until this point. So everything that can be brought up, he is only fact-based, or anything that she can try to slip him up on can be explained away with the actual facts. Let me get into these comments until Tina shows up. Let me see what I left off at. Senator Deck says, or somebody who saw an opportunity in Jonathan instead of a real partnership in a relationship. Right. I do think she was opportunistic. I do think that. Mika said, don't get in the interview and act like Robert Kells. You're killing me, man. I don't think he ain't doing that one. I do not think he's gonna do that one. I don't think he got way more sense. I'm with you, Wonder Woman. He has way more sense than that. Way more sense. Did we really think that, Mika? Did we really think that Kells had more sense than what he did? I don't know. Says, now Jonathan has a daughter, mother who is a pastor and more. He won't be stupid. I expect Jonathan to cry because, well, he is a sensitive guy, which is fine. You might see the waterworks. I don't think he needs waterworks to get it across. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not, but I don't think he needs waterworks to get it across. I think he can be sensitive, but he don't necessarily need waterworks. You know what I'm saying? That might be putting a little bit too much on it. Whether he is sensitive or not, I know, people know him as being a sensitive guy, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Not saying men can't be sensitive, but there was, to me, in this situation, there's no need, because the only thing traumatic, well, I don't know. You know what? Never mind. Says, I definitely expect him to cry. There's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing. Like, I don't, if he cries, he cries. I just don't, me looking at it, I'm trying to figure out where does he need to cry at? Because he held, so you know what I'm saying? He was so, and we saw the body cam and we heard the calls, he was so composed. You can tell that he was going through it, right? One of his worst fears, maybe speaking about being arrested by the police. Maybe that. But you know what I'm saying? Especially if he puts it together, if he changes it together with his worst fear being interacting with the police and his worst fear came to life, then yeah, I could see that. I forgot what you agreed with me on, but yeah, I agree too. Since people don't remember that, people just call him abuser while not reading into the case. And that's the thing. And they're always gonna call him that unless he gets out in front of that and let people know on the biggest platform, one of the biggest news platforms in the world, that, hey, I was not convicted of abuse. The jury looked at me and said, no, this man did not abuse her. He did not beat this woman up. Now, in the midst of getting away from her, he could have done something better, because that's all what this reckless assault charge is. He could have did something. He didn't have to put her in the car that way. You know, he didn't have to do that. But he did not beat her. As if he's supposed to take on everyone's negativity, horrible remarks, and labeled as an abuser. Remain quiet and just take it, which is a problem. The man hasn't said anything for a year. Right. He ain't said jack. You ain't heard from him. He ain't been public on anything. He just been kicking it. Him, his cup, and his lady. Him, his cup, and his lady. So how are you meant to react when someone falsely accuses you of assault? Naturally, you will say, I didn't do it. And if you are the victim, then you will say say what. If you are the victim, then what do you say? Right. Like, if he's because I think you're addressing the Darvo situation. If he is the victim, which we saw the video and we heard her testimony, she beat on him. He's the victim. But since he's a man, he can't say that he's the victim because she did what she did. Regardless on if he got hurt or not, she assaulted him by stealing his phone. Took it from him, right? He tried to get it back. She said, I beat on him. I was hitting him on his chest. She said that. Now, guess what? She could have hurt her finger while hitting him on the chest. The thing is, the lawyers didn't get into that, one thing I do agree with She Dreads Me on is the lawyers should have brought up the self-defense argument. They didn't have to make it big, but that should have been, they should have continuously put that into the jury's mind that, hey, she did say she hit him and he was trying to defend himself and get his phone back. And in the midst of doing that, whole modicum of things could have happened. But he did not hit her. He didn't abuse her. He only did what legally he could do. And I think that's where they were poor at in doing that. Wonder Woman says it's frightening. People froth at the mouth about this shit. Like, he's a human being. This could be your son, brother, uncle, father, boyfriend, partner, more. There is a lack of humanity. Right. Which I don't understand. I don't understand. It's like they are so, you know what I'm saying? Just so quick to throw this person away without doing any kind of homework to see what really happened. So Jan regards his reputation in high regards. This is important to him. As he should. As he should. Because I don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? His beginnings, I don't necessarily know all about him. You know what I'm saying? What his humble beginnings is. But his reputation, him being in Hollywood, the way that he's worked himself up. He went to school for this. He went to school to be a movie star, and to have all of this taken away because of because of a jealous girlfriend. Because that's what all of this started over a text message. Remember that. That he might not even have solicited. It could have been a wrong number, could have been anything. Right? She saw, oh, I should be kissing you. And she went ballistic. She could have easily waited till they got back to the apartment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Waited till women. How many women go, if in the chat, how many of y'all have gone through a man's phone while he was asleep? Whether it might not be in the sense of I'm looking for something, but hey, I'm just being nosy. She could have easily got that information later. You know what I'm saying? I give credit to it. Y'all are slick. Y'all are hang on to it. Y'all had the best night of y'all. We had you know what I'm saying? Soon as y'all get back home, who is Shirley? What? Who is who? Yeah, I saw a text message earlier from Shirley, and she said she wanted to be kissing on you. Who is Shirley? After y'all just had the best night of y'all life, and the dude like, man, what are you? Come on now. She could have easily done that. The thing is, she does not know how to communicate. And if you go back and you listen to where she illegally recorded my guy, was trying to set him up, she don't know how to communicate. He communicated perfectly what was going on. She don't know how to communicate. She communicated with violence. Everybody talking about mental manipulation. No need for her, because she just gonna come with these. That's how she communicated with it. Senator Dex says truth is on his side, so there's nothing to hide. JM has been honest about his past. Right. A credible journalist is respectable. No one will respect him if he went with the other non-credible options. That's common sense. Right. I agree with that. That's common sense. I hope this is his only interview. I think so too. I think he should do this, get everything out, and be done with it. If anything, he can do a statement, after the sentencing next month. He could do a statement and say, hey, it is what it is. We're going to appeal, yada, yada, yada. And that'll be that. Right. Because the thing is, if he wins his appeal, they won't even report on it. That's how the media is. We won't even hear about it. We won't hear about it until he like 2 movies in, he back at Marvel. Oh shit. Yeah. I appealed and I won and now I'm here. We won't hear about it. The media will do everything when it's negative. They report on everything negative. He put that appeal in and he wins that appeal. You won't hear a peep from Rolling Stone, Variety, Hollywood Reporter, the internet trolls. You won't hear a peep out of them. He doesn't need to do a tour as it's not his personality. He ain't Will Smith. Right. He's not, and that's another thing too. He's not a limelight guy. You know what I'm saying? If it's not in pertaining to a movie or something that he's working on, he doesn't do that. He is smart enough to sidestep into the bad narratives. I agree. And he can explain what's really being said. We were defending the text better than his lawyer. We were. And like I said, I don't know, when they stepped into the courtroom, I don't know what their plan was, what their strategy was. And maybe they were so focused on their strategy that they didn't know how to pivot, which is a bad thing. I'm not giving, you know what I'm saying? But if y'all watch football, sometimes those coaches, they come in with a game plan and the game plan goes to shit, they still stick with that same game plan. And you gotta be able to be fluid, you know what I'm saying? And change and pivot on a dime. And maybe they, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what it was. Nah, I've been hearing rumors since the 90s and I'm in London. Oh man. Okay. Kales. All he has to do is tell the truth. That's it. Tell the truth. All right, I'm waiting. Whenever, like I said, whenever you're ready. Nope. Yep. Cole. I'm a part-time detective. Yeah, man. Wonder Woman, you say nope. But let me ask you this one. But do you know some who have, though, right? You know some who have. Homegirl, girlfriend. Come on now. And I'm not saying this in the y'all are like Senator Dex say, part-time detective, Bruce Wayne level, Sherlock Holmes level. You know what I mean? So if you was in that situation, you would have got y'all in the back of the, you know what I'm saying, the car or whatever, in the Uber or whatever, your ride share vehicle, text come through. Are you immediately reaching for the phone to snatch it out of his hand? You a $1.05 or something, like $1.10 maybe. I don't, you know what I'm saying? He bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? Is that the time and place to do that? Or would you wait? That's what I want to know. Would you wait? And this ain't really got no bearing on what happened, but I just want to know for my own edification. Would you wait till you got to your destination? Would you wait? One of them says my internet skills are top notch. I don't need his phone and never will. Oh man, here she go. Here she go. Let me do this. All of this off the screen.
Can y'all hear me? Make sure I got my mic together. Let's a little higher. Can
Bring
y'all
that
hear me?
chair up.
Mic
Yeah,
working?
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay. What is going on,
What is
child?
good?
I got a DM. They say you is on Blue Live, and I went over there. I said, "What is going on?"
Yeah,
What's going?
yeah.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What is up? What is up? No, I watched the video. Good video. I just had some points I just disagree with. So I just,
What you
was
disagree
addressing
about?
just the whole whether he should do it or not. Because you said that you don't think he should. You said you think he should wait.
Yes.
Elaborate on that. Why do you think he should wait instead of?
Well, let me
doing
ask you
it?
this.
Okay.
Why should he do it right now? Like, what's the point? What's the difference between now and 3 weeks from now?
3 weeks from now. That's a good point. But why not get it? Because I'll tell you why. Let me go ahead and jump in now. Let me jump into the deep end now. Because whether I wait or not, it's still, to me, it's still not gonna hurt because we know he can get up to a year. But let me ask you this: do you think he's gonna get jail time?
Nah, he's not getting no jail time.
No jail time. So I don't think this interview, unless he goes in there and say fuck the judge, fuck the jury, the DA, you know what I'm saying? Unless he does that, then
Right.
you know what I'm saying, that's the only thing to me would have a bearing on his sentence.
So my opinion on this is, I think if their strategy has just been bad from the start. My
Right.
opinion. I've
Your
always
opinion.
said that. Me and Dre Mac done got into it about
Right.
it, but it's just been horrible strategy from the start. So my opinion on this is it's just not a good strategy because you don't know what your consequence is. Now, let's say he goes, he gets sentenced and they say, hey, we're going to give you 2 years of probation. You got to do 100 hours of community service. And you got to have anger management. Okay.
Mhm.
I think you have a better picture, and then you can tell your story a tad bit better. Now, let's just say they get crazy and say, you know what, we are going to give you 1 year in jail, which I don't think is happening.
Right.
But then you still would have a full story to tell after the sentencing. You can sit down and say, you know what, y'all, like you were saying earlier, John Doe A, John Doe B, John Doe C didn't get a year. Why am I getting a year? I'm
Right.
getting a year because I am Jonathan Majors. Or let's just say they do the community service route. I
Mhm.
just feel after sentencing, your team, y'all can step back, y'all can look at everything and put a better story together. I just don't know what he can say at this point that would be beneficial. That's
Well,
just my opinion.
I agree with that. Saying a better overall story, but I think the meat of his story is the abuser part. So I think this interview is to get I need that abuser label off of me. Whether I get a year or not, I won't be getting a year for being an abuser. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? So I think him being a black man, he needs to get ahead of that abuser part, because now that you said whether he should do it now or wait, the more time that the media has to reflect and call me an abuse, because that's what's going on right now. You see it.
Yeah.
Soon as Jonathan, I be on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Why are you defending that abuser? Y'all,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, so and I agree with what you said about he's not doing it for us,
Yeah.
but he is doing it for that casual fan who liked him.
Right. Right.
And didn't follow the trial the way we followed it, and all their information came from Rolling Stone,
Right.
THR, Variety, and things of that nature. So that abuse, to me, the worst thing on him is the abuser tag. Now people go to jail every day,
Right.
but being labeled an abuser, that will destroy. That's your career is done. I don't think you come back from being an abuser.
Right.
You can go to jail for drugs. You can go to jail for crashing a car, or you know what I'm saying. So abuser, you done.
I agree. We got to get the abuser label off of him for sure. I just don't see why now. Kind of like oh my gosh, I forgot her name. The legal analyst who was on with Dre
Alita?
Mac.
No, you talking about
Oh my gosh, I forgot her name. We be talking in
Lauren
DMs.
Burke?
Yeah, Lauren. Kind of like
Uh-huh.
Lauren said, your time to speak should have been as soon as you walked out and you heard the verdict, even if you only said one sentence. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to like process in my brain. What has happened from now up until now that y'all feel like, okay, now is a good time to speak? Why not just wait the 2 or 3 more weeks so you can tell a more complete story. Because what you don't want to happen is, which, like, we all know, he's not facing serious charges.
Right.
You don't want to say something that could possibly be used against you. We saw this in the Tory Lanez and Meg trial. The judge said, all the foolishness you was doing is the reason I'm finna give you a little bit more time. So I don't think Jonathan Majors is that dumb that he is going to get in there and say some crazy stuff, but
Right.
you do not know how the media can twist stuff, right? Let's say the judge doesn't watch the interview, but after the interview ends, he has 1 or 2 things that the media can take and say, Jonathan Majors says, he did snatch the phone. You know, it's I'm uncomfortable with him doing it how the media has already handled him. And I have never seen anyone in history, and I've watched a lot of these interviews, come out this thing clean. From Chris Brown to R. Kelly. Like, even if you do a perfect interview, they're gonna pull something.
I agree. But
And
even not to cut you off, I'm sorry. Whether he do it now or do it later, it's still gonna be the same.
that may be true. I just think you could tell a more complete story, and you can process the emotions of the sentencing. Because what if they just say, "Look, we're not even gonna give you probation. Go down there and speak to the YMCA for 20 hours and be done." Then you might can. Then there might not be as much anger with the justice system. You can say, "Look, you know, they gave me 20 hours. I love kids. I don't mind doing that, but I'm not an abuser, and this is why I'm not an abuser." And then you tell the full story. So that was just my only gripe with why now.
Like, I mean, I might have disagreed with it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you were, you know, invalid in
right.
what you were saying. I just me, and like I said, I'm coming from being a black man, you know what I'm saying, facing, or not that I've ever faced that allegation, but trying to put myself in his shoes. The first thing I would want to do was try to get that stink. That's got to go.
Yeah,
that's got to go. Whether I'm doing it now or later, maybe I don't know his PR team that he has. Maybe when it got a new one, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they say, hey, because you know this has already been recorded. When was this done? This might have been. He might have walked out of the courtroom straight into
possibly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know when it was done. I did go and look up Lindsey just to try to see how she interviews and stuff like that.
I've seen she interviewed 21 Savage when he got arrested. I followed her.
So and like I said earlier, she's a little bit younger. I think she's a little bit more hip and understanding, you know, of the culture.
Right.
You get Gayle King, you get Robin Roberts, and no disrespect to them, but I don't think that they understand today's environment when it comes to black men or things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So and I ain't want to poo-poo on your about him sitting down with a journalist, because I was like, I think he should sit down with a credible journalist.
Oh, I think he should too. I just think you also have to be aware and very prepared, and just this whole thing has just looked like a lack of preparedness to me.
I agree with you on that. I was saying
from the jump, 5 days after he was arrested, the lawyer thought it was a brilliant idea to release those horrible text messages.
I think what she did wrong, I didn't mind the release of the text messages. She didn't provide no context with it. She just threw it out to the world.
Right.
So everybody was just, this shit looks, because at the end of the day, as soon as that happened, remember, he's the bad guy.
Of course.
So they're gonna see what they can nitpick and see right here, girl. He, you know what I'm saying? So it's easy to do that without context.
Right.
I want to know what was above.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, what was really going on? Maybe she released the wrong. She should have released some other stuff.
Right.
Maybe the 911. You know what I'm saying? The 911 call.
Yeah. But I think they didn't release more because I think he still was trying to protect her in a sense, which was.
And his chivalry and nobility is probably what got him in trouble more than anything.
Yeah. Because my whole gripe was, you should have never pressed charges against her 6 months later. You should have pressed charges as soon as you walked out of the jail. You should have went and said, look, if y'all gonna get me, but he was trying to, he probably thought like, this is gonna go away. You know, this is, I don't want to do that to her, but.
Well, remember, she wasn't, you know what I'm saying? State picked it up. He probably thought she was gonna be on his side.
Of course, yeah.
because she made it seem like she was gonna be on his side.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know what the state did to get her to turn
Oh, I
state's
know.
evidence.
Oh, I know.
I mean, what?
It was very easy. I know what turned her.
No, after I'm talking about before he came and started pressing charges.
I know what turned her. He popped out with Megan Good.
Oh, you saying because he popped out Megan? Well,
I
yeah,
would. I'm
yeah.
sitting home in
You
London,
said I would.
and I'm thinking we finna get back together. You know, this just a little technicality. Once the restraining orders are gone, you know, we finna start back texting. You popped out with Megan God on me. Yeah, look.
True.
He hit me. Yeah, he did it. That's been my whole problem with his team from the jump, because he should not have been
Good at the trial.
He should not have stopped living his life. You should have been able to continue living your life, but you don't pop out with a new woman and you're going through a domestic trial. What you pop out with is your mama and your kids.
True.
That's what you pop out with. So these are just like, I'm not even a lawyer or a PR person, but when that happened, I'm like, oh, this is this not going to be good.
You think it was on him or Megan said, nah, we popping out together?
I don't know. It's not Megan, because Megan was never public except when she was with the preacher. Before the preacher, who did you see Megan Good with?
No, true.
Nobody.
No, I'm just saying, who made the decision to pop out? That's what I'm asking.
His team, him and his team. Okay. I'm pretty sure they sat down and said, look, you know, we think it would be good. We know you're dating Megan Good. It would be good to get the Black community behind you. Because neither one of them are public. They've never really been public with their relationships. I think Megan Good was forced to be public because her preacher was, you know, he was a public guy, but
right.
I don't think she wanted to be public. Who wants to be? I just got with you and you got a domestic charge. I might don't want to be
associated with that.
Not associated. I don't know where we're gonna go. You know, we just started talking. I don't know if I want to stand next to this, but when you love somebody,
it would look shady if they ain't together no more. Then it would look PR. You know,
I don't think it's PR. I
don't think so. I'm just saying
they like each other.
Yeah, I think they like. I'm just saying if push came to shove, and let's say, you know what I'm saying, they just figure out that they just not good for each other or whatever, and they do it the right way, not this way that just happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they just split amicably or whatever.
Right.
Then it could look. See, this was off. You know how people talk. You know.
Yeah.
But
I'm team Majors. Every video I do, I'm team Majors, but I also look at it from a very realistic point of view that we've seen it. History repeats itself. We've seen it.
We've seen it.
I don't know. Hopefully this comes out well. He's gonna cry because we've seen it. You better get up there and cry. He's gonna cry.
I think once I said it, I said, okay. Once he talks, if he talks about the police situation, that's where the tears should come in, because that should connect with, I had a fear of police. They can't, you know what I'm saying, and I end up getting arrested. You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask you this: who does it connect with? Because let's be real.
That's my question. He's a Black man up there. What you crying for, dog? Why you crying?
Well, not even from the Black community. The demographics that's going to be watching Good Morning America is older white people up making coffee. And you know what they're going to say? Well, what are you crying about? And when they hear, what was the charge that he got? Guilty of reckless assault. That's all people hear. Yep. Let's be real. That's all they're going to hear.
They hear assault. They don't care what reckless means or whatever. They just hear assault. Oh, this dude is guilty of assault. He hit her. Assault mean hit, right? You know what I'm saying? So. But that's why he needs to, going back to what I said, that's why he got to get that, you know, he got to, people are not explaining that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Reckless assault could be, I'm running trying to catch my train and I end up bumping you and you fall.
Right, you fall. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's reckless assault, and people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? So, and they hear like, why not just say they hear guilty? Guilty. Well, he was guilty of something. Yeah, he was.
Look, that's the first thing they say in the trailer. I don't know if you've seen the trailer. The trailer is out, but that's the first thing. Jonathan Majors' first interview after being convicted of reckless assault and harassment. That's all people hear.
That's all they hear.
Because we saw it. People are like, why are they giving this abuser a platform?
Right. And I was like, what abuse? But that's why you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta get that abuser. I just want to know, and I can't wait for the interview because I want to see because you brought up that she can pull facts.
Right, right.
So my pushback was like, but all the facts is on his side. How do you feel about that? Because all the facts is on his side. You know what I mean?
A lot of the facts are on his side, but we see how that played out.
Right, but I'm saying, so her pulling, what could she pull that would make him slip up or fall or look bad?
How did you get your phone back?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
If I was cynical and I wanted to catch him up, I would read through the transcripts and I would be like, so because they do shit like this.
But
They
see,
would be like,
I want them to do that because if I'm Jonathan's team, I'm got you read through the transcripts too.
right.
I say, hey, go to page 2 where she said I was never physical with her ever.
Right.
Go to page whatever to show where she said I was hitting him in his chest. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I mean by the facts. Like, what could she do to really trip him up on any? That's if he's prepared. Hopefully, he's prepared in this interview.
And he's charismatic enough
very
to
charismatic, right?
Try to wiggle his way out of that. But we saw that with Nate Parker too, and you saw what happened. He tried to get up out of it.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, and I was watching Nate. I watched it today. They should have never asked Nate Parker about that.
What do you think they finna do to him?
But the Nate Parker interview had nothing to do with that.
Right.
That's what I mean by that should even never came, because that was just background noise. This interview was actually about his case.
Right.
That Nate Parker interview was just about Nate Parker being Nate Parker. And they here come Robin Roberts. So like, hold on. He should have been like, I ain't here to answer that.
Right.
Because he didn't have to answer none of that. And like one of them say it was live, but he didn't have to answer that.
Right.
He was not found negligent. He was acquitted. You know what I'm saying? Well, she did take her life. Because the only reason why it came up is because she took her life. And we don't know the reason why she decided, you know what I'm saying, to leave.
Right.
We don't know. But they put it on Nate. And that's one thing that made me not really like Robin Roberts. It made me be like, come on, Robin.
But is that Robin Roberts' fault, or is
it's
that
not? I know it's not her fault, but
But that's my whole point. He's about to sit down with this woman. I've seen her interview before, and the question is going to be maybe, how did you get your phone back? And you got to figure out a way to answer that, because we still don't know how you got your phone back. And then they're probably going to dig into the Rolling Stones article.
Right. Yep.
How do you answer that? You know what I'm saying? How do you answer, well, Jonathan, there was over 40 people interviewed. They said you're a bully. What do you say?
Me, if I'm him, I probably don't even answer that question.
You say no. Next question.
Because those people never came forward. That has no bearing on what I'm sitting down here with. That wasn't even introduced into the case. You see what I'm saying? Are we here? I'd be like, Lindsey, we're here to talk about the case, right? Was that introduced in the case? If not, then we can move on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but how does that make you look? I don't want to talk about the 40 people who said I'm a bully.
I mean, he could easily say that they don't exist. Do they exist? He could, because if the thing is, if he says, hey, those 40 people don't exist, they can be like, is he lying? You know what I'm saying? They gotta exist. It was from Rolling Stone. So there's really no right way to answer that question.
But you see how those are the little things that no matter what you say, that's gonna be the headline. No matter what you say.
No, I'm with you. But so that's why, even with that, but now that's where the charisma and facts come in. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you answer that question, and no matter how I answer it, it's going to be looked at poorly. So let's get to the next question, so I can show you how great of a man I need you to be. King out here. You know what I'm saying? I need you to be. I need you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
I just feel like it's a setup.
But okay, and that's what I wanted to ask you. Is ABC, are they trying to, Is this rehabilitation or is this nuke? Is this atomic bomb? Is this, you know what I'm saying? What is this?
That's tough. I don't know. I think so. A part of me feels like, kind of like I said in the video, he could have a backdoor deal with Disney where they're like, look, man, look, we think you're a great guy. We just don't want you like near Marvel, but maybe we have other things that we may want to do business with you with. And we think you should sit down and tell your story. If that is the agreement going in, I think he's safe.
Right.
If that's the agreement, it's safe. But if his lawyer said, hey, Jonathan, you know, we got to get ahead of the sentencing. We want to make sure you're a good guy. I'm calling ABC. I'll probably be like, why are you calling ABC? Like, I don't fool with them.
Yeah, you made the point of who reached out to who.
Right.
And either way, to me, it's don't matter who reached out to who, because it still seems wrong. Like you said, if I am fired, I'm not reaching out to you to do no interview. And if you fire me, why are you reaching out to me?
Why you reaching out to me? Now you want to capitalize off my name because you know this interview is going to be big. Right. So now you want to make money off me, but you don't want me to make the money I was supposed to make.
Another thing I wonder in this interview, because it's not live and it's pre-recorded, I wonder, did he get an opportunity to bring his own team in to possibly record?
Oh, of course.
Or, you see what I'm saying? So he can, that way it's a checks and balances thing. You can't, you're not finished. I'm not just allow you to chop this up and present it any kind of way you want. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if there wasn't because this ABC thing is just weird to me. It's just weird. You know what I mean? And I mean, I ain't running the Gayle King or Robin Roberts. I'm not doing that. And I think this would be, you know what I'm saying, ABC is the most feasible, and with Lindsey Davis, she is probably the best choice if I'm going to do, you know what I'm saying, an interview. But it's just, the parent, could y'all just fire, you know what I'm saying? If I am fired, like I'm with Dre, and I'm the one who kind of put that batter in his back of, well, did they fire him? Because I don't get, Disney ain't made an official statement of, you know what I'm saying? I know you say he gone, but I'm just saying there was no official. Now, because you said, oh, they leaked it. And I'm like, yeah, they could have leaked. But to me, it's plausible deniability. They don't have, and the reason I say that is they don't have to say nothing. They could wrap Kang up, not even bring Kang back up, and say, we never fired him. We just didn't want to, you know, pursue.
Well, they already laid the groundwork for that. Look, I don't work in corporate America for a long time. I've been involved with some things. These are the games they play. If he was not let go, they have yet to come out and combat that. They have not like put out an article.
They don't have to. They don't have to. They can let. I forgot who dropped it first. I want to say was it the Hollywood Reporters?
I think maybe
dropped it first. They can just let them run. Yeah, y'all run. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all want Coleman Domingo? Cool. We like him too. But guess what? We're not even doing Kang.
Nah, because at some point, like when journalists make a mistake, they come back and they fix their article. They'll say, you know, developing story, or I'm sorry. We'll see.
No. So this is the thing. I do think the truth of the matter is that they got word from somebody close to, or an executive or something. So that they wouldn't have to correct nothing, because if they got word from somebody who's a credible source who is close to Disney or could be in the office and saying, now we got, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they moved on from Kang alone, because, you know, I was hearing they moved on from him in April. You know what I'm saying? So that was, from my understanding, that was already in the pike. And now I told you, now they can run the story. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? Like I said, Disney, Marvel, whoever, they don't have to say jack, because it gives them plausible deniability to do whatever they want to do with Kang, or hiring another actor, or not doing anything. So
it's a very messy situation. I think they were ready to go with whatever happened. If he was innocent, they was gonna start rocking and rolling. But I do think they probably still would have pulled him back a tad bit, because when you have cases like this, you always take the risk of civil liability. So do you want that headache? Like, yeah, he's innocent on this, but in the middle of filming Kang Dynasty, Jonathan Majors sued by Grace, and Disney is like, oh my God. So I think a part of them kind of wanted to like pull back and kind of wiggle away from him just because of this case and the things that could happen afterwards. But I don't know. I'm interested. I hope this interview goes well. I want my homeboy to win, but I
Right.
also just feel like he's done fine. It's his team and the way he's been handled that's just been.
It's been like I said. I think that they had a game plan. And I think they got kicked in the mouth that one time, and they never changed the game plan. That's what I think.
What
You know,
one time do you think threw him off?
So I think their game plan was to just, my guys, this is a good guy. I think that was the game. The game plan was good guy game plan. We just gonna show you how much of a good guy he is. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? He don't do nothing. He ain't never did nothing. He ain't got no record. You know what I'm saying? And then the judge allowed those text messages. And I forgot, I don't know what she did, what Priya Chaudhry did to
I know what she
get
did.
the text messages in. I don't remember, because I think that was the day that Danny wasn't there, so I don't remember what she did. What exactly did she do?
So,
Or
and
say?
I talked about this on my other video. It started with the spitfire. And remember, Danny said the day that Danny was there, she was just spitfiring questions left and right, and nothing kind of made sense. So she spit a question out. Did you have a boyfriend that unalived himself? The judge said, all right, if you want to bring up past history and past boyfriends, be careful, because you know what we got sealed. Okay. And then the next day, what was it? She kept drilling down on I forgot. But whatever it did, it opened the door to the text messages. I think that's what it was. She was asking her, and I may be wrong, but I think she was asking her, she kept drilling in on the text messages between her and the best friend, and also the unalived text messages. She was trying to dig in on that. And the judge was like, all right, like I told you yesterday about the past and the unaliving and the text messages. So that's when the other lawyer was like, so Grace, why were you scared to go to the police? Have you guys had any incidents of him threatening to unalive himself again, or threatening you not to go to the hospital? And that's when they were able to bring this, because she opened the door for it. She tried to open the door to it the day before, and the judge warned her. And then the next day she kind of kept drilling, and they're like, all right, since you want to keep talking about unaliving and text messages, we gotta let them bring their text messages in too. So
I think that might be grounds for appeal. I don't know. That might be a little, that sounds a little shaky. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not no legal analyst guy, but that sounds a little shaky.
For an appeal, you have to find, there has to be like an error in the case. That's why Tory Lanez is having such a hard time getting his stuff done. But I don't know if there was any like errors in the case. If the judge allowed it, that's not an error. The judge knew what he was doing. I warned you, and you kept going. So we gotta play even. We gotta let them.
It depends on, from my understanding, like, because I'm not a legal guy, but from what I watched, it depends on if did Priya come up with an objection, and it you know what I'm saying?
An objection for which part?
For them allowing if she objected to it, then that should at least have them look at it to see was that grounds for that to come in. If she didn't make no objection, then yeah.
Look, let me tell you, this case started off perfect. She was able to keep those text messages sealed. She was able to keep that incident sealed, and she was able to keep the 40 people from Rolling Stone out. Okay. I'm sure when he sealed that, he let it be known, like, look, I'm gonna seal it, but if you open the door, this is fair game.
Right.
That's how they always do. And I'm pretty sure that Grace's lawyers wanted her unaliving texts sealed, because that never came up in the trial. If you think about it, so both people had things that could be sealed, but if you open the door to it, we can bring it back in. That's not an error. That you did it.
No, what I'm saying is, if she objected to it, to say, hey, judge, that is an error. I'm not saying that the judge was right or wrong. I'm just saying her objecting to it, because now that say, okay, during this objection, why did the judge let it in? Now, if they explain it out, during the appeal process, it is what it is. Do you think that had a bearing on the guilty verdict between you think so? Those messages, because they found that, you know what I'm saying? So you think it was more like, we got to get him on something. We don't like the way he was talking to her or whatever. You think that's what it is? We can't get him on the real stuff because he didn't do nothing.
I think after we heard the Coretta Scott King and it wasn't as bad as we thought it was, because I think when we read it in the news, we thought he was like screaming and yelling.
Yeah,
and
they tried to make it seem like
So I think he was kind of smooth sailing, but I think when those text messages came in, we're human, unfortunately, and he's a black man, so that jury is probably like, maybe he didn't do this, but this looks very, I mean, let's just be real. That's what happened.
I want to know what the whole text thread was.
Yeah.
Because all we got what it started with, what he said, that's false. Is how the text thread started. What was false? I want to know what was false.
Yeah.
You sitting up here lying, talking about your head hurt, or that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's false?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel you though. I feel you.
And look, this is another reason why I think he should wait for this interview, because as soon as you sit down, guess what ABC's competitors are gonna want to do? Guess who they on the phone with?
Oh yeah.
And guess what she gonna say? She gonna tell it all.
No, but I would love to see her up there talking, because the way I was Kat was doing the transcripts. I was listening to it today. I wouldn't put her up there. I wouldn't have them talk to any, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. They might fall in love with her. You know, you right.
They already did fall in love with her. Based off of the transcripts, she seemed like she was all over the place.
All over, not there.
But there is nothing more dangerous in this world than a white woman's tears. And I told y'all that. Told y'all, I said, as soon as she gets up there and cries, it is a wrap for that man.
You're right. The thing, they'll lead her. That's what it is. They'll lead her into where they need her to say whatever they want, because she isn't strong. That's the thing. She's not mentally strong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what Priya was trying to attack, that she's not mentally strong, and maybe she did over push or whatever. Maybe what was the other lawyer?
He was doing good.
Maybe he should have did that line of questioning. You know what I'm saying?
He was doing good. I spoke with I'm trying to look at my DMs. He DM'd me. He was one of the Brian Buckmeyer. I think he works for ABC or CBS, and me and him were DMing back and forth. And I asked him, I said, he was there in trial, and I asked him, I said, was Priya too aggressive? And he said, absolutely. She just came off too aggressive, and this is where race relation plays. Let's keep it a buck. Priya, you're not a white woman.
Right. Yeah.
You can't attack another white woman and you're not white.
Right.
And I felt like, and obviously he felt like it, she came at her too hard. She tried to break her. And I think you could have broke her in a very delicate way. You could have played that so smart. You could have been like, hey, do you like to drink frequently?
Right.
Most women do. I like to have a glass. Do you like to have a glass? Yes. How many? 2 or 3? But she was more so, you drink a lot, don't you? Didn't you go to the beer?
I'm with you.
I'm like, oh, Priya, come on.
And I thought that's the groundwork that they was trying to establish when it came to her character, is she's you want to talk abuse. She abuses alcohol, and
right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they played that the right way. And like I said, I think once they got hit in the nose, they didn't know which way to go.
Yeah.
Because even with those text messages, like I said, now I need to how can I rehabilitate Jonathan? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's legal to get your stuff back in New York using, a reasonable amount of force. He was the one assaulted. Like, those are the things that I would have been driving into the jury's mind.
Right.
My guy was assaulted. Why would, you know what I'm saying? But they couldn't bring up her being arrested. That's another thing too. I don't like that was sealed, that she was arrested.
But why not? It's got to be fair. If you can seal the incident in London, her team is gonna say, well, we want to seal this incident. Let's go incident for incident.
It does.
So then you take the risk of, dang, should we open up our London incident to bring in her incident?
I mean, it's like you said, it was. But what I will say is, I think that Grace Jabari's team lost. I think they lost the case.
Yeah.
I think they lost, but on the other hand, I think they won. And when I say they won, is they wanted to make Jonathan look bad.
Yeah.
I don't think this was about
Yeah.
a conviction. I think this was just about making this guy look bad. If they got the conviction, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But in the
Well,
big
let me ask
scheme
you
of
this:
things,
Why do you? And I don't disagree with you. I just want to understand your psyche on. They get the
Alvin
phone
Bragg.
call.
Alvin Bragg. This
So,
has nothing to do with Grace Jabari or Jonathan Majors.
so you think he and I've seen Dre and Chillmonger talk about
Mhm.
this. You think he's just really hell bent on prosecuting celebrities, or is it a blackmail thing, or what's your
This is
opinion on it?
okay. So I come at it from, I went and looked him up a little bit. I'm not going to get into his political allegiances
Mm-hmm.
and who he got money from. I'm gonna just go by
Right.
what his campaign was. After he did his campaign, this program, the Special Victims Program, this is
Right.
brand new. So
Mm-hmm.
he needs wins, and he don't need Pookie them. You know what I'm saying? That's not a win for him. He
Right.
needs Jonathan Major. He needs the Adam Voss. You see
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Because you got to think all of these cases. If let's look at the Adam Voss case. The evidence that came through for the Adam Voss case. Why are you prosecuting this man when you got the evidence that exonerates him?
Right.
You got it. You as the prosecutor, you got that. Your whole thing is to look at cases to say, okay, this is a
Mm-hmm.
winnable case. You know you couldn't win this case. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
This was just to show that, hey, I'm following through what I ran on.
Got it. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I can't say I'm following through what I ran on, because you're not gonna hear about Pookie. You're not gonna
Right.
hear
Right.
about
Right.
Ray
Right.
Ray and you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? You're not gonna hear about them. Adam Voss, the prosecutor, you know what I'm saying? You'll
Right.
hear
Right.
about
Right.
him. That's a high profile case. You'll hear about Jonathan Majors high profile case. My office is doing everything to protect these women, these victims out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about.
I think he was in a lose-lose situation. Like, some people were like, he should have took a plea deal. I'm like, he can't
No.
take the plea deal. It's just, God, he was hemmed up, boy. God, they got
Because
him hemmed up.
and I forgot about the look at what they're doing with the basketball. This same
Yeah, I seen that.
you know what I'm saying? The plea
Twisting
deal that they
twisting
came
the
to him.
words around, twisting the victim's words
Yeah. Well,
poorly.
she don't consider herself a victim. And that's what she's saying. Like, y'all are taking something that did not happen, running with it and saying that it's gospel. And I'm
Right,
sitting
right.
here, I'm the one who, if anything, would know the truth. And I'm telling you that this didn't happen. Right.
Yeah.
And I understand, states intervening for the victim,
Mm-hmm.
but you gonna put her up on the witness stand? The girl who's adamant saying this did not happen. You see what I'm saying? So it's just that district attorney has to be removed. If I'm a New York citizen, I'm like, you just wasted all my little tax money on that.
Yeah, they spent a lot of money on this case for misdemeanors. This was crazy.
You wasted all. You mean to you could have y'all could have handled this in the mediation room.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? In a day or two. Why did we go through a 2-week trial for this?
It was about longer than Tory Lane's trial. I was like, when me and my attorney buddy, when this broke, we was like, yeah, this should be wrapped up in 4 days. I'm like, bro, this is pulling out longer than Tory's
Yeah,
days. And he had a whole assault with a deadly
with a
weapon.
deadly weapon and all. Yeah,
It's crazy. Oh, John.
yeah. But I'm pulling for my guy. Hopefully
Yeah.
this is a rehabilitation move, because
Yeah.
I think that they are looking at magazine dream. They're looking at and who knows, he might have another something lined up
Right.
for for Disney or what it is, not 20th Century, whatever the other studios
Magazine Dreams is under Searchlight, I think. I think
Searchlight.
they're
Yeah, you know
but
what I'm saying.
like you said, it depends on how the public receives this interview. If it's not received well, they're gonna sell it to Netflix, or they'll just
Yeah.
shove it off on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope he bounces back. It just depends on what he wants to do. Like, do you want to be in Hollywood? Like, I think he can. I think he can bounce back. I don't. It's tough.
It is tough. It is tough. I do think I think he wants to be in Hollywood. I mean, he went to school for this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is something that I think this is something that he wants to do. He's a young guy. And to lose everything over a bad breakup, because that's all this really was just a bad breakup. Is I could, you know what I'm saying? I can't be walking around like, man, that was me. You know, I'm looking up at the billboard like, man, that was me. And now, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, I'm fixing this. You see what I'm saying? So I think he's gonna want to fix it. I think
look, and that's why, you know, I don't know if you married or not, or you outside dating. Y'all got to make sure y'all get with these women who are on your level and who
I'm with you.
and
I'm
who
married. I'm married.
understand.
So but
Because this was two people who are not equally yoked.
Not equally yoked. Yeah, not on the same. But that's what the Coretta Scott thing was
Of course,
about.
I get it. I get it.
You know, that's what that was about. You ain't on. You know, he got with the wrong girl.
You said, look, like you said earlier, black women. If Megan Good would have seen that text, we would have went out. We would have had dinner. We would have danced. I would have told you look great. And as soon as we got home, who missing you?
Right.
That's how look, because a part of us is just like, okay, my mama always told me don't cut up in public, so I'm not going to cut up on you, but I really want to hurt you right now. But I'm gonna wait till we get home. Who missing you? We gonna tear that house up, baby.
Yep.
But I'm not gonna chase you in New York. My pride just can't let me chase you.
Could you imagine Megan Good running, chasing him? You know, come on, she done. After that, she ain't working no more. Whether it came out that he did and everybody look at Megan Good like, man, you really chased after this man like that? over himself? Are you trying? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Nah. And that's my thing. I don't know her from whatever hole in the wall, but I just can't see any self-respecting person who don't have something, you know what I'm saying, a little bit maybe going on up there, chasing behind. You ran blocks after all I wanted to see what was on the phone. Girl, if you don't get back in this car and go home so you can see what's on this phone.
Well, as a woman, there was a lot going on. Like if you really like pull this far back, okay. I'm already over in London, right? Okay, Ant-Man comes out. You in London? We doing press. We cool, but now you got to go and promote Creed,
right?
And now all of a sudden, you just around a lot of black folks. The white woman in me is like, what is going on? All of these women are saying you look good. You used to be so quiet and you talking different, you walking different. So you already starting to feel insecure as a woman, maybe because things are changing for him. You women see that. And so now we sitting in the back seat and I'm laying on you and I see I'm missing you. I might lose my mind too, because in my brain, I'm already kind of losing you anyway, because I'm seeing you change and I'm not changing as fast to keep up with you. You know, I'm still on my old behaviors of drinking and partying. I haven't really caught on to your mindset of where you're going. So when I see a text like that, yeah, I'm finna chase you. Look, I don't even date men, but I'm still a woman. Like I'm in the backseat with her, and I'm like, bro, I probably would have lost my mind too, because why are you running? She must really be important.
What if he would have just stopped and bucked up to her? What you think? You know what I'm saying? Like
Wonder Woman agreeing with me, because we know. Oh, Jesus. Look at these cases though. Same thing with Tory Lanez. If y'all just would stop cheating, y'all wouldn't be any.
Y'all just stop cheating. Look, I don't. I'm not
stop messing around.
I'm not about to respond on it, because that'll just be, you know, that case there is all over the place. That's all over. That's a mess. You talking about a messy situation?
Yeah.
Shooting, but if you get rid of the shooting situation, all three of them, you know, I'm not even going. Ain't no need.
Look. How old is Grace Jabari? Is she at least 30?
No, I think she did just turn 30. I know she's fairly so, which means she would have been in her 20s. I think she was 20s, late 20s when this happened.
See how old she is.
So I think she might be 31. I want to say she's 31.
Me at 29, I might chase you. I might. I might. She's 33.
Oh,
Yeah.
33. Oh, so she
Me,
was just turning 30 then. Yeah, so yeah.
me at 32. I might chase you. Cause where you going and why you running?
So where you go? I'm getting away from you as well. Go ahead. You don't get back in that car.
But yeah, infidelity makes people go crazy now. Let's don't
It
act
do.
like
Look,
people don't
I agree with you on that.
go
You know
crazy
what I'm saying?
over,
But
especially when
I
you're
just
already
don't.
insecure and you already feel like you're moving different.
But I mean, the way she played it was like she wasn't insecure. Everything was good up until that day. Remember, that's how she played it. Did she not say that?
I gotta read the transcripts. I gotta read the transcripts.
She played it even with the whole him trying to explain that your drinking is causing issues. She was, "Oh, I'm sorry." That's all she said was she made it seem like the worst thing that happened was her going out.
Right.
And he was like, "I don't care that you went out. I
It's
care
just
that you came back drunk with this stranger."
with
And
people, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And she just looked at that like,
Look, Santa said her bag was running away. Girl.
yeah, okay, that makes sense. She was chasing the bag. Chase the bag. Chase the bag. She ended up losing it
Oh
though.
man. But yeah, it's just when you're dealing with especially that type of racial dynamic with a black man and a white woman, it happens. And when you as the black man start surrounding yourself by more black people and more black women are coming out, you're gonna feel insecure. Tay Diggs' ex-wife talked about this. She said, you know, at the height of his career when he was in the movie with Angela Bassett, she's like, we would be walking on red carpets and they'll tell me to move. They just want him. And she literally said,
yeah,
him moving into more black spaces caused friction in our marriage.
I could believe that. I could believe that. But that's the risk you take dating or being interracially entwined, right?
Right. But on both parts. That's the risk she took, and that's the risk.
Yeah,
you know.
no, I'm saying on both parts. You know what I'm saying? That's the risk you take because now you're dealing with your culture clashing. You know what I'm saying? And it can clash good or it can clash bad. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta learn how to pivot, you know. But man. We're gonna see.
I want him to win. I'm Team Majors. I want him to win, but you know, I'm gonna be objective too. I'm not.
Oh no, most def. I like I said, me breaking down your video wasn't me trying to call you out, and then
nah. Somebody just DM me. They was like, "You on Blue Live?" I'm like, "What Blue talking about? Why he didn't invite me? What is going on?" So I was driving. And I was like, "Blue, now you could have invited me on if we're gonna break my video down."
I didn't. I just wanted to break that one little piece down. And then you said, come on.
Nah, I love all y'all. I just talked to Dre about that because Dre was talking about me on his video. I said, Dre, if you're gonna talk about me, just tag me so I know y'all talking about me.
You're right.
Because he was talking about the video I did about Coleman Domingo, and he was like, he feels like no black man should take the role of King. But how y'all gonna be with him and Jonathan ain't even with y'all?
I'm with him. No, okay, so Jonathan shouldn't have took the role neither.
No. I ain't talking about that.
What you mean?
Y'all are essentially saying no black man should take this role because of how Disney did Jonathan. But Jonathan is sitting down with Disney.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, what you saying?
No, I'm saying because Kang is a white dude.
Oh, I don't want to get in it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think, and if you do want to go into the whole how Disney did Jonathan or whatever. The role might be tainted. It might be Coleman. This could be Coleman Domingo is dope. He's ascending. Same way Jonathan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he might get in that role and this destroy his career. He might not even do. He might get in there do exactly what he normally does, and they be like, we don't even like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That could be the end of Coleman Domingo right there. So
right.
I think he should, if he wants to take a Marvel role, cool. Because I know it can make or break a career, it can catapult you to the next stratosphere. I get all that. All I'm saying, this role might not be for him.
Or y'all don't think anybody should take it, y'all think it should be recasted with the white man?
if Disney is planning on recasting, I think recast it with a white man. Me personally, I think move on from. I hate the multiverse Kang storyline anyway. So
There,
I haven't liked it from the jump. From the jump, I haven't liked it.
there
And
is
I
no way they're in that corporate office and they got their list of people they want to recast Kang. There's not a white man in that list because
it's
they
not. I
already
know it's
know.
not. I
They
know it's not.
already know. You got people like y'all who are like, no black man should take it. But then you have a whole nother group of black
Look,
people who are like, we want to
yeah,
see a
we
black
want to
man
see.
get that bag.
I'm look.
Why y'all
I
want to
understand.
let a
This
black
is me
man get
though.
that bag?
If it happens, I'm not trying to take. If it happens, I will root for whoever takes that role.
Right.
That's not what I'm. Let me make that clear. If Coleman Domingo gets cast as Kang
Or
or
anybody.
any black man, I'm Kang. I will be Kang gang.
Yeah.
1000%. Because I want to see us win. I just think this is me on my comic book faithful nerd type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Marvel and I think Dre said it the other day. We would be mad as hell if the X-Men came out, right? And Margot Robbie shows up as Storm. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I think it's enough because it's enough black characters, and I want to see those black characters elevated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see, and that's why we talk about the recast of T'Challa and all of that, because it's so many black characters. Luke Cage, Night Thrasher, you know what I'm saying? Storm, a whole bunch of X-Men, it's a lot. We are you know what I'm saying? We in
Right.
comic books. We in the future, y'all. Believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? We in space, we in the future, 3000, we here. Always been here and always will be here. So I think we should be rooting for our characters that's already there. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to have sloppy seconds and turn me into Captain America. No disrespect to Sam Wilson, but that's what, you know what I'm saying? Him as Falcon could have did just as good as him as Captain America. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna disagree with y'all on that.
Okay.
I disagree. But I agree. There are enough black characters in the comic books to definitely highlight those, but I'm not against race swapping because some characters you just want the best actor for the job. And if I had 10 white men come in and gave mediocre Kang performances, but Jonathan Majors came in, I gotta get to the mediocre white man.
And I get that. Like, I mean,
because he white.
Yes. I hate to say it.
Oh my goodness.
If you're sticking, I put it to you like this. Before Miles Morales showed, I hate to do it again. If you in that scenario, if I get 10 mediocre Peter Parker showing up to play, white man showing up, white boys are showing up to play Peter Parker, and then what's my man from Stranger Things, the little black boy in Stranger Things?
I know
he ain't no boy no more.
Though.
They grew up in like 2 years. They turned but he shows up, and I'm like, you Peter Parker. They would have a fit.
I think some characters you can't. But then there's others you can. And when you're dealing with these obscure
I do
throwbacks that nobody really knows about.
I agree with that. That I do agree with. Obscurity. Hey, this person showed up once,
or their race isn't prevalent to their background.
But Kang's race is prevalent to his background.
No, it's not. How?
What's his last name?
Reed Richards,
Nathaniel Richards.
And then Nathaniel, the granddaddy was Reed.
Who does he think he's a descendant of? I mean,
being a descendant of Reed.
Being a descendant, you can be white or black. I understand.
Exactly.
But
he's 3,000 years in the future.
Yeah.
My third great grandma.
He's not.
Look,
he in the comics he is. In the MCU.
Right. But let me tell you, my great grandma.
A day out of slavery in the MCU.
My great grandma white. And true. I'm black as hell.
You are,
so true. Just because his great granddaddy Reed was white don't mean 1,000 years in the future he can't be a black man.
I'm with you. Okay.
And I also think as a business, they not crazy. They saw what happened with Black Panther. You know, so Disney feels like,
Did they see what happened with Black
damn,
Panther?
I'm talking about money wise. I don't want
You
to get
talking
into
about the first Black Panther?
yeah.
Okay, I thought you talking about them.
They don't want to exclude a whole group or groups of people. Like, we're missing out on 5 million here, 10 million here,
Mhm.
just because we want to keep 90% of the characters white,
Right?
which
No,
their
no, no.
race has nothing to do with the character, you know.
Tina, this just my own personal. It's not stopping me from watching the. You know what I'm saying? It's not stopping me from enjoying the performance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Deep down, he could have been this black character and did just as good as being the white character of Kang.
Yeah.
And like I said, as much as I like Kang's storyline in the comics,
Mhm.
and I just think this was the whole these phases, this
Yeah.
multiverse is bad.
But
And I
is it
think
bad because he black, or is it bad because
no,
they don't want
not because of him. I'm just talking about Kang. It could be anybody. If it was a white man up there, I would have still said the same thing. It was bad. This has just been a bad string of events
poor
for
writing,
Marvel.
poor writing.
Poor writing, poor because people don't care. See, the thing is, people don't care. The creatives, the writers, the directors, that Taika Waititi, that's pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? That because not only that, he took away from somebody who probably really loved that character and would have loved to direct the film and make the best Thor possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then you give it to this dude who don't give two fucks about what he putting out for y'all. He just was in it for the money.
Yeah.
And then not only that, he came back and bragged about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what got. I was like, wait a minute, man. Really? This is who y'all, you know what I'm saying? This is who y'all hiring? Chloe Zhao, right? Salute to her.
Yeah.
She came and said, I don't know about Eternals, but I'm finna make my movie.
Yeah.
Which is what she did. And salute to her. But you don't know a damn thing about what you know what I'm saying, the movie that you're making.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing. One thing whether people like the Marvels or not, at least from what I see about Nia DaCosta is she knows. You know what I'm saying? She understands. Now she might couldn't do what she wanted to do, but she understands these characters, and I think she has some love involved into it, some caring.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And
I think
because she's a black woman. But,
no, that's what I was gonna say. I think most of the diversity directors do. I think they know just being black or Asian or whatever, like, I just got to work a little bit harder. I can't go and just do a half-ass job because that might be it for me. Because I don't know how you feel about Shang-Chi, but I thought Shang-Chi was good. I'm like, you got a whole group of Asians and they're able to put their influence on it. You can tell there was care put in to that movie. So
yeah, you should watch my video on the Steven Yeun. Because I said that's her weight. Him coming in and see, go back to the race swapping, right? He could have played if I am trying to bring Asian culture into the situation, why not use the Asian characters that I already have into the comics? Right? Instead of, because it's just like what Chill said at the end of the day, after this is over with, when that Asian kid who want to go read up on Sentry, he gonna find out that Sentry is a blonde hair, blue eyed white dude. Right. Like, this where's Steven at? This ain't the Asian guy. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's one part of it. Kang, you could probably he's a purple dude. You can, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you don't see Kang's real skin too much. You know what I'm saying? So he just looked like a purplish, bluish guy. So Kang, you could set him to the side. But some other race swaps, like when you go back and hold on, man, this dude is, you know what I mean? Like,
but what are you doing to me as an actor? You know what I'm saying? Why am I pigeonholed? And a lot of actors say that. Michael B. Jordan has talked about that. Why am I pigeonholed into just being a black character when the race of this person doesn't really matter? Like, to me, I know people visually want Sentry to look a certain way, but his race really don't matter. You need to get a good actor who's going to be able to give you the complexities that I think they're trying to do with Sentry.
It's Yeah, right. Yes and no. And when it comes to that, it's because it's established lore already. It's established. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if that's the case, we do Lord of the Rings, and instead of making Grumbly a dwarf, we turn him into an elf. That's kind of the. It's not exactly what it is, but you're changing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The situation of what's going on. Visually, it could still be the same story, right? He's just a tall person now. You see what I'm saying? It's the same story, but he's just visually changed. At the end of the day, the fans, because I look at what made Marvel Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
They went off a little bit of the Ultimate line, but they try to stay as true to the comics as possible. Not everything, and trust me, I know that you can't bring everything from the comics, won't translate over
Right.
to film. You know what I'm saying? But they tried their best. Then you slowly start seeing them switch. And when the switch happened is when the piss poor writing happened. That's all I'm saying. The piss poor writing happened with the switch. They did. And them not recasting T'Challa. That's the curse right there.
Look, the piss poor writing happened when they just stopped caring about fucking writing. And it ain't got nothing to do with the diversity hires. Because look, if you're a real fan, I don't know how much of a fan you are.
No, I'm a fan.
If you're a fan,
Mm-hmm.
this has always been Kevin Feige's vision. This has always been how he wanted it to be. This 1000%. This Iron Man phase 1 image of Marvel is not what he wanted. He said when they first started giving him power,
Mm-hmm.
he fought for Black Panther, and he fought for diversity, and he fought for more. This is him. This ain't Disney.
I saw the interview.
This
did
him.
he fight for it, or did Nate Moore say, "Hey man, we could do Black Panther"?
No, look.
Now, the thing is, we all know that Ike Perlmutter didn't want to do Black Panther. So when they ran Ike Perlmutter off the block, Kevin Feige, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. I do think Kevin Feige fought for that. You know what I'm saying? Or once the idea came up into his head, he fought for it because it's a good business decision. I do think that. Kevin Feige, and I honestly think Kevin Feige should step down because I don't think he has it in him no more.
I want that man to quit.
I do. I think he should move on. Sometimes you just overstay your welcome. You know what I'm saying? You just do. And I think he's let the convicts run the prison a little too long. But he needs to figure out, because once Nate Moore came out and said we don't hire people who read the comics, I kind of started checking out like, what is this coming from Feige? Is Feige on that same? You see what I'm saying? Is he on the same? If he's on that same, then he needs to go.
Why?
Why would you not hire a writer who don't know what the hell they're writing about?
Because okay, so this, and look, a part of me, I do agree.
Or care.
I agree with a lot of y'all on this point, but this is where corporate America kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
The comics may not translate to movies.
Look, I'm not worried about
I want to make money.
Right. Look, Tina, I'm not worried about the translation. Like I just said, I know from one medium to the next, it might not translate. But if you're a good writer, so you're a writer first. So I'm going to hire a good writer.
Right.
But up underneath writer, I need to say, I read Spider-Man, been reading comics since yada, yada, yada. Right. Because I need you to care about the You think I'm a hire? If I do brickwork, I'm not gonna hire a guy who don't know how to do brickwork.
For sure.
I'm not gonna do that. Right? I'm gonna hire the best brick mason that I know, and somebody who's gonna care about brickwork. Think about if a dude came in and said, "Yeah, I know brickwork, but I care more about cars."
Right.
Why would I hire you?
I get it.
Especially if the next dude said, "Yeah, man, I do brickwork and I love brickwork. These hands right here, man, what you want me to do with these hands? I can, you know what I'm saying? That's who you hire. You can get the best of both worlds. And guess what? When that first phase happened, all of those people, Josh Whedon, Jon Favreau, they are all nerds. They all cared. Russo brothers, they all cared. Chloe Zhao didn't care. Taika Waititi didn't care. The She-Hulk lady who did that shit didn't care. She didn't even know how to do a damn legal procedural show. You see what I'm getting at? So when you made them, I think Ryan Coogler cared about bringing back Black Panther to life, but he lied about reading the comics. He probably
Maybe,
picked up
yeah.
a couple,
Maybe.
but he from the first movie to the second movie, they don't even add up. That second movie just forgot that the first movie existed to me. In my like, it's so many plot holes in that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna even get into you made me pay for 2 funerals. I ain't never had to do so.
Right, look, Ryan Coogler does have an unhealthy
Obsession
with death. He does. He does.
And the
That
thing
could be his upbringing. I don't know.
I don't
He does.
know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking at that. I'm not saying that Kevin Feige is a horrible producer. He's done great. He's been doing comic movies since comic movies. So I give him all the credit and all the grace in the world. But bruh, if you gotta stop and take a step back, stop it. Because for me right now, I'm looking at Marvel and saying, hey man, just say we closing like P. Diddy did on Making the Band. We're closing the studio. Studio's closed down for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Until we get right. We under construction right now.
But this has always been them.
When did they announce 30 projects?
Marvel has always been dysfunctional from inception. Iron Man was dysfunctional from inception.
But that's from not having the budget or the money. I'm cool with that.
No,
Paramount was the
let's start with they never wanted Robert Downey Jr. That was dysfunction. They was fighting in the corporate office.
Yeah, I know that. That's what
I'm saying. They've never really had concrete plans on what they're doing. We're just seeing it now.
But you agreeing with me because after reading the book, because I read that book.
I read it too, so then you should know what I'm talking about. It's never been together.
This is luck of the draw. And that's what I'm saying. Like this has all been luck. And now he's trying. It was all the way up and through phase 3. That whole Infinity Saga was luck, right? Your luck left out the building, and now you trying to piece it together, and it ain't working. It's not working. And it's not working because the luck that ran out the door, like I said, the Jon Favreau's and Josh Whedon's and Russo brothers and all those people who cared, you hiring the wrong people. That's it. You just hiring the wrong people. And I know you saying it don't matter. I think it does matter.
Well, no, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter. I think you should have some knowledge of the comics. But when you're wanting to make a movie or a TV show, most companies don't care about that. They don't. They want to hire a good director or writer first, and then say, now you go do your homework, but we want you to put your spin on it. We really don't. Because even if you look at, I don't know if you watch Game of Thrones, you look at House of the Dragon, they not following the books. They got black people there, and people rocking with it. It was a good spin.
What did Martin say? George Martin.
What?
About the show. Because
he says a lot. Input. Which part?
Just the input, just him having input. Like he didn't have the only input he didn't have, if we go back to Game of Thrones, was that last season. Which, as you see, that's why it was horrible.
Last couple seasons,
he didn't have the input. He's having input on House of the Dragon.
Right.
Hot D is dope.
Yeah.
Regardless, the thing is, I don't want to harp on the change, like you said, black people there or whatever. I know, like you said, hey, we need some black people in the show. I get the corporate part of it, right?
We need a couple of them.
But what made Game of Thrones the book or the IP popular in the first place? I still need those guys.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying? I need those, and in order for me to have those guys, I gotta at least try my best to follow this blueprint. And in order to follow this blueprint, and I'm gonna tell you this: Marvel don't have show writers the way HBO.
Oh, of course they don't.
You know, and they actually, if anything, because you can if you find a franchise that you like, because I am with you on this. Hey, I get my director, get my writer. Have y'all ever heard? No, never heard of. All right, here go the book. Come back in 3 months. Put your little spin on it. But they will outline, write shit down, and do everything
Right.
that they can to make sure that this is the best product. Might not be super faithful, but it's gonna be some faithfulness in it, right?
Right.
And that's just from people who just coming off the street to do that.
Mm-hmm.
This is Marvel though. This ain't RoboCop. This
Right.
ain't, you know what I'm saying, some other dead franchise that we trying to resurrect. This is Marvel. There's a certain excellence, a stamp associated with it. You see what I'm saying? To me, you driving the stock down. I don't know if you're driving it down to sell or what. I don't know. But you're driving the stock down to me.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I don't know. But
Overwhelmed. It's a lot going on with no blueprint. That's what I feel like. I feel
no
like
blueprint.
after Endgame, they didn't know what they was going to like. We got ideas, but we really don't have it laid out to how we want to do it.
It's too. You announced 30 films and projects. And none of them have come to fruition yet. Blade was announced in 2019. Where that's at? Fantastic Four, X-Men. Where that's at? Y'all trying to sneak a mutant in. Oh, we're gonna turn Miss Marvel into a mutant. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are y'all doing over there? You had the Eternals came out, perfect time to start introducing mutants. What's with that? The people who is kind of responsible for making mutants, you know what I'm saying? Didn't do it. Just gave us some shitty ass art.
They just out here. They just out here shooting. They ain't had no plans. I still think to this day, they don't know how to bring all this together. I still think they don't know.
So you with me? He need to step down.
I ain't gonna say he need. To step down.
we can bring this franchise back to life.
I just think they need to. Y'all really need to. It's really easy. You just get writers.
Recast T'Challa.
And y'all, they gonna recast T'Challa. Y'all be going hard. Y'all really think T'Challa is gone?
No, he ain't gone because he's still alive and kicking. The thing is, he's alive and because this is what I said. I said this the other day because I went through. I was sitting on live with somebody. I can't remember who it was, but then I was like, you know what? If you pull the story T'Challa out of Marvel Comics falls apart. Like you can't do Marvel without King T'Challa. You just can't.
Right.
All the storylines, he's in it somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm with you. It's just when they came out and made it definite, and this is why I say you gotta. How do you walk that back? How does Nate Moore walk that back? How does Kevin Feige, as an executive, made the dumbest decision in the world by saying, "I'm gonna just let the niggas handle it." You talking corporate America? When has corporate America ever said, "I'll let the niggas handle it"? When have they ever done that?
It happens. It happens
on a big decision, like on $1 billion decision.
Yeah, I think he was in a lose-lose situation.
He wasn't. I don't see a lot of people say that. They could have just said, "We just gonna wait," just like they doing the Johnny. They didn't have to make a statement or nothing. Hell, we ain't really got the franchise is dead anyway. They killed the franchise. Now they're finna try to hit you with the eyes of Wakanda. Like motherfuckers really care about Wakanda that much. And that's the thing. They think people care about Wakanda that much. We like Wakanda. I ain't finna act like we don't like Wakanda, but we like the story of Black Panther because Black Panther could go anywhere. Wakanda just got to stay right there on Africa. You see what I'm saying? Wakanda ain't moving. I can get Black Panther in space. I can get him back in the day, future, whatever. I can get Black Panther all over the place.
Yeah.
Wakanda ain't going nowhere. Then they made Wakanda look bad. So now it's like I don't even like Wakanda because they weak as hell.
Say them boys weak.
The one thing, the major law of Wakanda was, they can't be conquered, can't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Man, really? They got taken out by water balloons, cuz? Oh, I'm done. I'm done.
Ooh,
so
Jesus.
look, man. If he don't want to step down, that's cool. But
I don't
And the
think he
thing
should
is,
step
if you-
down. They just got to retool and get. I honestly think they should cancel Thunderbolts. I
cancel
think
it,
they should cancel Cap 4
cancel it. I'm with you.
and
And set the studio down and come back. They need to go dark. They need to go just dark. You don't know nothing. They need to seal it tight. You don't know nothing. They need to
they
just
can't.
come.
They make Disney too much money to go dark,
No.
so they can't do that.
No, but see, you go dark, and when you come back with a vengeance. You ain't gotta stay away that long, but right now, I'm telling you, they need to go dark. Just go dark. Just go dark. Hit us with some cartoons or something like that. Leave that live action shit. Just leave that. Just
I don't think we'll start seeing a change until after
2025, 2026, probably something like that.
After Thunderbolts. I think after Thunderbolts you'll start to see a change.
What's that, 2025, right?
I don't know, but I'm just saying because I think Cap 4 is done. I think Thunderbolts is too far along. I think they already done on that. I think we have a chance with Blade.
They can't be done because
Well, I ain't saying done, but I'm like, I think there's
you're
already a
solidified?
script and baseline. You already got your actors. I think it's done. I think Blade is probably your freshest start.
I think
that's it.
I think he's gonna walk. I think you're gonna see a couple more actors walk. I really do. And Mahershala Ali, how old is he? About to push 50
something.
Right? He's already
50. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Nah, Mahershala got to stick it out. You done waited this long.
Oh yeah, nah. I think he walked. You got to think he been held up. This is 2-time award winning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got more awards to go collect, dog, and you got me waiting.
Yeah.
On Blade. They done asked me to do 3 movies over here. I can't do it because I'm attached to y'all. I'm waiting on y'all.
Yeah. Look, and that's why when I did my video about Stephen Yeun, I said there's some fishy stuff going on. Y'all keep saying this for scheduling. It ain't for scheduling.
No, that wasn't scheduling. that wasn't scheduling. That was something else. Because remember the week prior, Robert Kirkman said my friend just went and did the fitting.
Yeah. Something fishy with that.
And then the week after he do the fitting and was all happy about putting on the suit, he walks away. Nah.
Look, I said in my video, it feels like he said, y'all not paying me enough for all this dysfunction. That's what it felt like to me.
Probably.
No, real talk. If you read what he said, he ain't called nobody. He did it via email. You can't even quit your regular job during email. You at least gonna call him and say, I ain't coming.
He emailed in through email.
He emailed them folks and said, look, this ain't gonna work.
This ain't gonna work, y'all.
That's like what is going on with that production for your villain? Well, I don't know if he's gonna be the villain or the antagonist to email y'all and say, I don't want to do this. Y'all ain't paying me enough. Y'all don't organize.
It's not like he's a busy guy. I know he does The Invincible, and he got he is executive producing and starring in something, but I don't think he's like busy to where
he's not.
You know what I'm saying?
They just announced he's finna do some love story that they probably gonna pay him $750,000 for. So how much was Marvel paying you? Probably not enough that he said, look, y'all ain't paying me enough for this. Y'all keep changing the dates. Am I supposed to be in London? Am I gonna be in Atlanta? Like what? Dysfunction.
Yeah, well.
Invite me back the next time you want to talk about me so we can have these real good conversations.
I wasn't talking about you. But of course, but I've been told you we need to link up.
You never hit me back.
I
don't know how to live stream, so I don't do it. Well, I know, but I don't do it.
The video, I feel you.
I'm gonna get there one day, so I can't hit you up. But next time you and Dre Mac talk, y'all just talk about me in my face.
In your face.
Because that's what I do, chillmonger. I'm like, nope, I'm coming on. You're not gonna talk about me behind my back, sir. Or at least tag me and say, look, shout out to She Dreads Me. I wore her out in this video. So I can watch the video and see. Ain't that right, Santa? Y'all, next time y'all see Dre Mac talking about me, y'all tag me on Twitter so I can get the link
call him out
here and defend myself. Y'all
hey,
don't do black women like that.
I don't want no smoke. No smoke. No smoke. None whatsoever.
I love John, so I wasn't trying to bring him down. I'm just,
Yeah, I know you was.
Look, keeping it real. So we gonna see. I told everybody that I wasn't waking up to watch it, but now I need to wake up and watch it to see him cut on these tears. Because I know friend from the cry. I know him. I know he's from the cry. I know it.
Well, we saw the little clip. I was gonna say he might be up there with his little red hat on, but we saw the clip already. Because
Sana said this is association we have to keep tight. Y'all gonna make me get up 8 o'clock in the morning to watch this man get up here and cry. You know what I was thinking about when I was driving home? I was like, how did you spend all those weeks making Lovecraft Country just for it to happen in real life? I am so upset with you, John. I am so pissed off with you.
Yeah.
That white woman hemmed him up in Lovecraft Country.
Yep.
Godly. Drain them dry.
Maybe if that show was still running, we wouldn't get this because he wouldn't have to go over to fucking the UK and find some flat-backed white. Never mind.
Maybe. Ain't that what Dr. Umar said? When you date with intention. You sat on that set. I know it was at least 3 black women there. You said, nope, I want that one. She looked like the one that's gonna rock with me. Come on, John. You could have been hit up Megan Good.
I think, and not to disparage who he is or whatever, but I think he's one of some of us. And I'm speaking from I'm actually speaking kind of from experience. When you are nerdy or you don't have the swag, even though he's charismatic, but he don't catch the black woman's eye. He's just not catching the black lady's eyes, right? I mean, a lot of people call him. Well, he was just a cornball, and he just what cornballs get. And I was like, damn, don't call him that. But I feel, you kind of right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it. I got a little nerdy brother. My little brother nerdy, but I'm nerdy too. But I'm still swaggy. Like I be getting bitches.
But you know something. Everybody can't say that though, because I'm nerdy. I'm with you. I'm nerdy too, and I still get the bitch. But everybody ain't like. Think of where he went to.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I look at the who's around.
Of course. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. He grew up. He was skinny. You got a big nose like me. Black girls probably called you ugly and awkward, and I get it.
And I'm not saying that he don't like black women.
Oh yeah.
But he might not know how to approach black women.
Yeah.
And black, you know what I'm saying? He might be intimidated. It might be an intimidation thing. He saw.
Yeah.
Easy.
Y'all like easy. Let me get off this chat.
Hey,
let me get off. Y'all like easy.
Because now you talking about y'all
don't want to work.
Come on, man. Don't want to work. See, now we're not doing that. We are not doing that here. We're not doing that here. No.
He was like, let me hit her up. This should be easy.
We're not doing that. I'm not gonna let you do that. Not gonna let you do that. No, ma'am. No.
Jonathan, I love you, friend. Stay with Megan. Stay with Megan. Don't do that no more. Don't do what you just did no more. Don't do that no more.
She might be looking at him like, he easy. I'm finna go get him. She might have came at him. Megan. I'm talking Megan Good.
Well, we supposed to come at y'all, ain't we?
He damaged. I'm finna go get him.
We supposed to come at y'all.
No, I'm talking about the way you said being easy.
You know what I mean. So now you're finna sit up here. Where your wife at? Let me talk to your wife. You know what I'm talking about. You already talking about you from Albany, Georgia. She know.
Right. That's right.
She know. I bet me and your wife have a good conversation.
I probably would. That ain't gonna change what I got to say though.
I know. But look. Don't even. We're gonna have to talk offline. Don't even play blue. You know.
Look, I'm just saying.
I hang around dudes. I know what y'all be saying.
Look, I'm not saying that. Look, at the end of the day, you know what? You about to make me say something that don't need to.
Don't say it. Then don't say it. Don't say it. DM me. Y'all know
I'm about to end the stream anyway, man. I appreciate everybody in the chat. I appreciate Tina for coming on and giving me a quick little ass whooping.
No.
Little pat.
No, I love y'all. I love all y'all. As long as y'all don't be disrespectful, I love all y'all. Y'all my dudes. Y'all have accepted me with open arms.
I see, and what one thing me, Chill, Dre, we say is on this YouTube situation, when you get on there and you see that sea of blandness, and they all together, being bland together, right? We so separated. I'm like, nah, we
Right.
got to get together, talk, do things amongst ourselves, and build up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because YouTube is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's for everybody, and it can do amazing things for everybody if done right. And so, yeah, it's
Yeah,
we always
we gotta rock and roll together a little bit more. Because
always
like you
welcome.
said, they do it. We don't do it too
We don't do
frequently.
it enough. Yeah, we don't do it enough. Or when we doing it, it's to address a situation. You know what I'm saying? It's homie court. Come on
Yeah.
the homie court. We got to address this. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And we need to be all on one accord saying, you know what I'm saying? We can all have different opinions,
Yeah.
but in the same direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what they do. They, like, I'd be like, damn, why y'all be killing why y'all don't like the Marvels or Brie? What did she do to y'all? Like, she didn't do nothing to y'all. Oh, well, I just don't like her. Well, why you don't like her?
Exactly.
What did she do?
Groupthink.
Yeah, what did
I see somebody say it, so I'm a fall with it, and everybody just get on it. But the Marvels
that wasn't a
bad.
good movie at all. It was poorly. Like, what are you talking about?
Y'all would have put that in phase 1. Y'all would have been rocking with it. Y'all would have said it was amazing. But we on a down spiral now, so everything gonna be bad except Deadpool. I'm not even the biggest Deadpool fan, so I hope it's good.
I hope it's good, but see, I'm not giving MCU that win. They not finna get that win. If it wins, I'm not giving that to Feige. Nope.
Why you not gonna get the Feige?
Because that's ready made already. That's no, man. That's
what's after Deadpool? Is it Cap 4?
It should be Cap 4 after that. Should be
Cap 4 Thunderbolts
it's
Blade.
only gonna be one movie coming out this year, which is Deadpool.
Right. Then you got Cap 4 Thunderbolts. I feel like I'm missing. What's after Blade? Fantastic Four. Okay, got it.
Is it? They ain't even
supposed to be.
See, you talking about dysfunction? They ain't cast nobody yet.
They don't want to pay nobody.
They ain't cast. Who don't want to look? You got the first family of Marvel, and you can't get the cast. How long
they don't want to pay nobody?
All this money that they done made, what, over $30 billion or something like that?
But look, think about it. Okay, when RDJ came in,
yep,
you know, you're giving him 500,000, 750,000. Chad would come in, you give him $1 million. These actors are not stupid. They already know, okay, you finna cast me. You want to lock me down for 5 years?
Yeah, make it to where I can't do no other movies. Yeah, pay me.
Yeah, I need 15.
Yeah,
and then Disney is looking at like, damn, if I give you 15, by the time we get to year 5, you gonna want 40. So they kind of.
But that's their fault. That's once they did that with RDJ and gave him all that money. Yes.
Yeah.
That's just like when they pay the quarterbacks, every other quarterback looking like, oh, how much you got?
Of course.
Let's hit them. So that's their fault. You can't renege now. You can't go back now.
Yeah. So that's what it is, because if we believe the rumors, Margot wanted 20, Driver wanted 20, and they was just like, bruh, if we giving you 40, how are we supposed to build out the rest of the cast, the production? So they don't want to pay nobody.
You don't.
That's it.
You don't do the movie. You shut the studio down.
I'm like, Margot, I want my 20. Y'all don't want to give me 20.
You gotta but see, that's why what I was saying, that doing these, you gotta go in, you can't go get Margot. You can't go get Adam Driver. You gotta get me. You gotta get you, because I can't say, hey man, how much you pay RDJ? I need that. Who are you for you? You know, you see what I'm saying? You gotta do. RDJ was discarded when they first did Iron Man.
Yeah.
They gave him a mustard sandwich, and you know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. He's the one who said that RDJ should get paid more, and then they said, cool, well, we ain't gonna pay you shit, and we're gonna give it all to RDJ.
Yeah, Terrence Howard.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
File for that. That's foul. But
yeah.
So that's what you gotta go get nobodies. Remember Chris Evans? Chris Evans wasn't big. I'm pretty sure he wasn't commanding what he commands now. You know what I'm saying? We know Chris Hemsworth was a nobody.
Right.
So to me, I'm looking at this, the Avengers, and I hate this. This is what I hate about Marvel. They still trying to push the Avengers. You killed the Avengers brand. It's dead. It's time to start a new brand, and you got 2 new brands that you can X-Men, Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Build them out. Quit trying to Avengers. Like, you killed them.
Yeah.
People people are gonna show up for Captain America, Iron Man, Thor. Hulk. They're gonna show up for that Avengers crew.
Right.
They're not gonna show up for Black America. That's what I call Sam Wilson. They got. They're not showing. You know what I'm saying? Like who? And anyway, who is the Avengers?
Right.
You announcing Avengers Kang Dynasty, and you don't even have
We
the
don't
Avengers.
know. Yeah, we don't know who the Avengers are. But they was betting on Jonathan. They was like, we could put people in a tutu in. If Jonathan is there beating people up, y'all gonna come watch that.
As dope as Jonathan is, no, that ain't.
I disagree.
I know, because I put it to you like this. Because at the end of the day, Jonathan is dope. They made Kang trash.
I think what they was finna do with Kang was gonna be fire. They was
gonna do, Tina? What they was gonna do? Because you killed him with some ants.
Yeah. But I think that was all part of the setup, so y'all could be like, y'all think he ain't nothing. But originally, and I can find the article, they said he was gonna be in every part of the universe. So he might show up in Deadpool, he might show up in Cap. So they was gonna have him like planted everywhere to be like, oh, this guy is a threat. And then by the time you get to the movie, you've gotten people to love Kang at this point, Jonathan Majors at this point.
To me, you was gonna have to smooth that out, because if my first introduction is I'm sitting and eating my popcorn, I'm watching Quantumania, and I'm like, oh shit, he killing that role. Then ants come through and wait, what? This supposed to be the Darth Vader of the next. This is the Thanos level threat right here.
Yeah.
Every Kang show up, I'm calling Ant-Man.
I think we was gonna get something good with Deadpool. That's why I think Jonathan Majors has threw a monkey wrench in their plans. I don't know what they're gonna do. Sentry, I think they're scrambling right now because they too much from filming. You got to find somebody who can read this script, and who's in shape and ready to go in 2 months.
That dysfunction you talking about? You 2 months out from filming, and the dude walk. This is supposed to be Mighty Marvel over here. Don't nobody walk away from all this monies.
That's the problem. It wasn't enough money. I'm telling you. He said, "Y'all ain't paying me enough for this. This is too much. This
Everybody
is crazy."
Says it's a headache, though. Everybody says it's a headache. I just want to see. I want to see Monica Rambeau. I think the Marvel set up a nice coming out party for a lot of things going forward, and I think you want to capitalize on resuscitating the Marvel brand, the MCU. Stick to that. We don't. Kang right now could go on hiatus. We don't necessarily have to kill him off or recast.
Right.
We're gonna hold on for a minute.
Right.
Let's work on this. We just dropped the Marvel because I said this. You got the Marvels out on the island.
But this is where I think is gonna be a problem. They have trained us, unfortunately, we still want to know where's this going. So if you kind of put him off on an island and don't let us know what's going on, I think people are still gonna feel like things are not connected and we don't know what's going on.
True. That's why you got to connect what your next thing is. You got to make that the. I know y'all worried about Kang,
right?
But if I give y'all a good enough story and everything is connect. By the time I get to my number 6 movie and I know what to do with Kang, guess who's showing up?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And movie 6 could be a 2-year span, which ain't a long time. You see what I'm saying? It's ways to work Kang in or work in. We still don't know what the hell going on with this island in the middle of the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Like we just had Celestial show up talking to the Earth. What the hell is that? It's a lot of things that they just left on the wayside.
They got to get organized on. Yeah, they got to tighten it up. We'll see. We'll see what Deadpool does. We'll see what Echo does on. Now I do think they're laying the groundwork for ground level this stuff on. Yes. I think they got kind of a plan on that over there, but everything else.
I think Echo gonna be good.
I don't like it either ways because I'm interested in the Native American indigenous side of it. I'm going into it for that. So
I wouldn't have went with Echo, but I think Echo gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. I do. I like her character in the comics. It ain't the best, but it's workable. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things, like you said. She's so obscure. Even though people know who she is, she's so obscure. I can play with this character. I don't have to stick to the comics. One thing because when I was like, why is she? Because I didn't know that she was actually missing in real life. So I gave this lady a damn
Yeah.
Like, why y'all do that to her, man? But oh, she really okay. Let me walk all
Yeah.
that back. I
Mm-hmm.
apologize. You know what I'm saying? But I think it could work. I think Echo. I just hate that it's because now it looks bad. Oh, we dropping all 6, and then it seems like they just gonna move away from Echo. You see what I'm saying? But
I
they
think
say
she here. I mean, because once you introduce Daredevil, you got to bring her back. You introducing Daredevil and Kingpin. This is all
yeah,
connecting.
it's all
They
connected.
need to all connect it to Spider-Man. That would actually be smart.
That'd be smart. Or I mean, because it'd be hard to bring Spider-Man in on that. You know what I'm saying? Because he gotta get paid too. You know what I'm saying? Like if he's going back to money, he's going back to money.
They gonna
But
pay him though.
huh?
They gonna pay him though. That's guaranteed.
Yeah, no, I know they're
put a,
gonna pay,
they
but I'm
gonna
just saying, like for a camp, you know what I'm saying? Because
no.
if
I'm
you're looking
saying
at,
like for the Spider-Man 4 movie.
oh, you talking about for the 4 movie? Oh, okay,
Is it gonna be tied into Kingpin and
It's not. It should be.
let's
They
keep
they
this
need to
stream.
they need to take him back and make him a ground level character.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where he flourishes at. Even
Yeah.
I'm he's my second favorite hero. He ain't my first, but and Spider-Man is the everyman's hero. He can go anywhere. I always looked at Spider-Man like he was black anyway. He was poor. He was from the hood.
Yeah.
Single parent. You know what I'm saying? All of that. But he can go anywhere. Like all of these movies, you had him in space. You had him doing the mystical stuff. He can fit anywhere. But he works so well
Better on the ground. Yeah.
on the ground level. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's dope about him. So
Yeah.
Luke Cage, I think what's going on with Luke Cage is this gang war situation. I don't know if you read the comic books, but the gang war that's going on in the comics right now is crazy.
I have to check it out. I never read Luke Cage. When I was growing up, I was all X-Men. I was a super X-Men fan.
I didn't start reading Luke Cage probably till I got a little older. I got X-Men is that's I'm pretty sure 90% of people who read comic books is X. If you were born in the 80s, X-Men was the lick. But gang war, Luke Cage being the mayor, like if they something like that, if they just jump right into Luke Cage, you know what? This is what they should do. Kingpin run for mayor. That storyline, because what happened was Kingpin was the mayor. Luke Cage ran, beat Kingpin, found out Kingpin, because he's corrupt anyway. So get him out of there, get Luke Cage in, develop the whole thing with that. What was dope when he was the mayor, when Wilson Fisk was the mayor, was he made it illegal to be a superhero.
Right.
That would be a dope storyline to, you know what I'm saying, to attack. That's a dope storyline.
I think that's where they're going.
They got to.
I think they're setting it up because then it would also align with the president in Cap 4. That's his whole angle to because of the scrolls. We need to get rid of the you kind of setting up the Mutant Registration Act if they really lean into it. So we'll see. We'll see.
That's what they need to, instead of being real world politics, they need to make, because a lot of people are like, oh, comics ain't political. Comics is hella
they're very political.
What are you talking about? Comics is hella political, but it's political in their world. Because the politics of Marvel got superheroes and shit like that. That shit don't fly. Ain't no superheroes flying around. Superman ain't, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So use the politics of the natural world inside the comics. Don't bring real world politics into comics. Do what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do that. So, but yeah, I'm finna end the stream. I know I said that probably about 30 minutes ago. Let me end the stream.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Most def. I gotta. Now I know we got this rapport. I'm bringing you back on. I am bringing you back on.
Just hit me up. I'll come. If it's something I know about, I will. If I don't know about it, I'll be like, look, I don't know nothing about that. I can't get on that one. Y'all get to talking about all that other stuff, I'm out. But if it's something I know about, I'm in there.
I feel that.
All right, what's the Blues House fans? Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, she will be back. Look, I know y'all enjoy. Everybody like, oh, y'all are good. Yeah, she will be back. She will be back. So, where am I at? I'm all over the place now. I gotta open up a new window. Hold on. All right, here we go. So, that was She Dres Me at she underscore. Is it she underscore?
Dres Me, yeah.
At she underscore Dres with a Z me. Right? Boom. Follow her. I think that's everything, man. She puts out good content and she speaks her mind, as you see. Speaks her mind, and she's objective. Even though, like she said, she's down with Jonathan, she's still gonna give you the real, which is what's good about her. So y'all go follow her.
Thanks,
Y'all go
guys.
follow her. And I'll be back. What's not today, Friday? I won't be back tomorrow. So unless something good happen, I'll do a video. But I am out. And where's my outro? That is not it. Oh, there it is. All right, peace, y'all.
Peace out.
Yo, what's cracking, Blues House? Hey, we come to the end of another great video. Hope you enjoyed our take on the latest in entertainment. Don't forget to hit that like button and share your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. We'd love for you to join us. Remember, Blues House is your house. Until next time, stay tuned, stay dope. We out. Peace.